You are listening to ZTO Radio.
I don't touch them weird. I let them touch me weird.
Right. That's how it works, man.
Yeah.
And they will touch you.
That's right.
Welcome to ZTO Radio.
Oh, we're on?
Oh,
we're
on
we on?
We're on now.
You're going to have to cut that
Hold
out.
on.
You're going to have to cut that all out.
This is our belated best of 2018 special. So welcome. We got old
Jerry Casper.
Jerry Casper.
Jerry Casper.
Where's
The
origin?
friendly ghost.
Let's get down.
Yeah.
Where's the origin of that name come from?
Huh?
Where'd you come up with that from? What's the name? Origin story.
It's personal. Very personal.
Okay, well, I'm not going to push it.
All right.
And we got Scotty over here. Scotty Two Arms.
Yep.
Because he's got two arms.
He does.
For now.
And old Uncle Ray McGuff.
Hello.
Soon to be the new mayor of Kent.
Oh, I'm gonna run this place in the ground.
So
bad person.
we're going to kind of review the year a little bit. Scott's going to cover the sports angle. We got Ray over here on the news and pop culture and all that.
I got pop culture covered. That's what I went with.
Yeah, and
I was like going to do news, and I didn't care. I was like, I just want to talk about things I like.
There you go. And did you bring anything to the show this time?
It's in there somewhere.
He's got a notebook.
I got
ladies and
50
gentlemen.
million papers in there.
Okay.
I'll find it eventually.
All right.
He'll find some
You
stuff.
guys can go on with whatever.
And I'm going to cover
While I'm
what we
searching.
did this year with ZTOTV. So let's start with Ray.
Oh, pop culture?
Yeah, let's start with you.
This is where you'll insert a little thing that goes, pop culture.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see if that happens.
2018 was a stellar year for things. I did a category system here, so I'm just going to go over each category. We can chat a little about what you guys liked, but I'll start off each category. So the first category, movies. 2018 was a pretty good year for films,
Right on.
in my opinion. There were 3 movies. I picked 3 of my top favorites from 2018 in different genres.
Right.
Okay, so first film came out at the end of 2018 is Mandy, starring Nicolas Cage.
Excellent film.
Written and directed by Panos Cosmatos.
Panos Cosmatos.
And have you guys seen Mandy?
No.
Oh my God, you got to seek it out.
Very good.
Here's the premise, okay, as best I can lay it out. Young couple living in the woods in a, like, I'd say, like Washington State kind of
Well,
area.
I think the whole movie's set on a different planet right now.
Okay, well, it could be, but
That's
they're
my-
in the
that's my
wilderness.
skepticism.
They are attacked by these roving band of hippies. The wife is seriously injured. That's what I'll say. I don't want to run too much. And the husband goes on a revenge kill. Okay,
And it's Nicolas Cage.
But imagine all that I said if you were on acid and you had a little scotch every 30 minutes.
When he says
Yeah.
like on acid, it's not
Yeah.
like every other
Yeah.
thing that they say is
No.
on like you're on acid.
No, yeah.
There really is stuff that like clearly Panos Cosmatos has
Yeah.
taken acid.
Yes.
Because there's like parts where faces go in and out of each other, like weird shit that I've never seen done in films.
Like
before.
20-minute dialogue where nobody's moving and it's just the faces going in and out.
Wow.
And different
And he somehow
camera
captured
angles.
that weird echoey
Yeah.
feeling, the echo chamber effect that LSD has when you're.
But
blind.
this movie is at its best when it's Nicolas Cage rampaging.
Oh yeah.
And I got to tell you guys, come for the extreme visceral things that you'll see and feel, but stay for Nicolas Cage faces.
Right.
Yeah.
And I want to preface this whole thing by saying that there is a big chunk of the movie that's kind of slow,
But it's worth it.
but you
Because it's a
will,
build-up.
you will be on board. Even like I don't like that stuff, the artsy fartsy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He's honed it in this movie. I feel his last film, which was
The
Beyond the Black Rainbow, I hate.
Mm-hmm.
So, but a lot of people do like it. It's one of those you either love it or hate it movies. This one I think is also like that because I've seen people that hate this one just as much.
But they have there's a more...
The structure.
Yeah, the structure is more aligned for, it's accessible. Like Black Rainbow is like a fever dream. But this is more accessible because it has a common theme. It's just shot in that weird way. But I highly recommend it. So Mandy, that's my horror.
You came and you gave without taking.
That would have been amazing if they played that song.
They
And you sent me away.
No.
That is good. Well, before
But
we
what-
get
oh.
it for
What movies
No.
did you guys? That's what I was.
I didn't know.
No, I was just saying, like, did you have one that stuck out, or in an action genre, or
Fucking Mission Impossible 6.
dude, I still haven't seen it. I heard it's amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have the digital, so I might have to give you my Voodoo password so you can watch it.
Nice, that'd be amazing. I love those Tom Cruise movies. It's just Tom Cruise doing nutty stuff that I capture. You know, it's amazing.
Yeah, I can't even think of what I saw. That I watched so many damn movies from that horror show. I
Solo,
don't know what
a
came
Star
out
Wars story.
in 2008.
Did you see that one?
No, I did not watch that one.
Oh, okay. It's on Netflix. You have
I was
Netflix.
supposed to have you tell me about that one.
Yeah, I know.
It's good.
We
You
never
probably
did.
like it. Like if you're not like a Star Wars guy, you probably like it.
I don't know. I see it on. It's on Netflix now. Right?
Yeah.
And I see it. I'm like,
But
I'm
I'm just saying, like the flow of it. It's
Yeah.
you can tell Ron Howard directed it. I
Yeah,
guess if that's
right.
what if that makes any
It's
sense.
more of a like action comedy. It's
Oh,
really
Like, you'd have to be a
odd
real
way.
nerd to like hate it for I don't know whatever reason. Because of course you can probably pick it apart.
I'm sure
and be
yeah.
like,
if I was in the right mood
this
to
is
watch
just
a sci-fi
terrible.
movie or something.
Yeah,
I'm very rarely.
But Woody
in the mood to watch
Harrelson's really
Right.
good. It
and
I'm sure it's good.
it's a
The game-
standalone. You know, you don't have to know.
It'll take
everything.
me a couple years to watch. Just like Hunger Games, it took me. I was against Hunger Games to begin with, like completely. I was like, I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it. I won't even watch it. And then I watched it, and it's good. And I liked all the movies. So once I get over my asshole phase,
Yeah.
I'll probably be like, okay, well, I'll try these new Star Wars movies now that they're in the passe.
they're pretty sweet.
But it's okay because there's so much stuff. Like
There's
you're
too much.
watching what you want now.
Right.
And
I'm
then-
always up to date on something that someone
I
else.
still
is
watch
probably
80s, 90s, and 2000s movies.
Right.
You know, if I find something I haven't watched for the first time, like how this has got these people in it, and I've never seen this before.
Right.
And I just watched Body of Lies, DiCaprio, Russell Crowe, CIA movie
Oh, I heard it
last night. Like, you know,
Yeah, I
just-
tend to watch.
I don't care if it's been out for 10 years, 20
I tend
years.
to not really watch a lot of movies since I have to watch 8 a month for the horror show. So, like today, I watched a 1999 movie. Oh, it was a fucking crawl, man! I'll tell you. What? Sometimes it takes me like 2 days to watch these things because they suck. Like I gave it a 4.
Yeah.
You know, it was so bad. Like, you tell me, okay? I'm not going to spoil anything for the horror show, but let's say there's a killer that has a hook, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you that scared of that guy? Like, just a hook, pirate hook. No, because it would take 2 fucking people to take him down, right? Like, even if he cuts me with it. Oh! I'm going to shove that up his ass. Right? I'm done. Just stupid.
I fought a guy with a hook last week.
See? Happens all the time. Let's
God.
take a peek into what we did in 2018 real quick, and then we'll get back to your poll. We'll go around the table.
Oh, I like that.
There's
I like
we don't
that.
have any
Full-
structure,
if it's
but
a round,
we'll
if
give
it's
a little
round
piece
table
around
thing.
the
I
table.
thought, yeah, instead of doing the one segment.
Yeah, give a little piece of something else. I wanted to play the Bundy and the Spins performance from the Gromy show. We actually taped it last year in December, but we didn't release it until January. So enjoy this clip from our low rent variety show, and we'll be right back.
We Bundy and Spins from Fort Ohio. This next one is called Roadkill Road. We got an EP. You can buy it for free, whoever you want to pay. Fucking
the sports world.
Well, I mean, what's new?
What happened
this
in
is,
2018?
Yeah, this is the recap, which is really weird to talk about at the beginning of the year, especially with all the carryovers from last year.
That's true.
You know,
There were a lot
because
of
everything's the football wise, everything happens the year before.
Right.
You
Well,
know,
can hit
2018.
Do you want to talk about the Super Bowl at all? Because you
Well,
can't.
but that's what I. Here's what I was going for. Well, we're doing a 2018 recap, so we got to keep the spirit of it alive.
Right.
So let's talk about, instead of the Patriots winning the Super Bowl like they just
Right.
did,
Who?
how about losing the Super Bowl last year?
Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
2018.
Yeah, there you go.
Started it off with a bang. Patriots lost to the Eagles, who were the
Stupid Patriots.
underdogs. And now, of course, the Patriots took that theme into this Super Bowl. Like they were like Tom Brady's got 5 Super Bowls, and everybody he can't do it. Anyways,
Who, before we move on from Super Bowl, who performed at the Super Bowl last year?
last year,
It was like the
2018,
the halftime show.
Wasn't it?
it was a hodgepodge. I thought
It wasn't when Lady Gaga
maybe the
jumped
Red
into
Hot
the,
Chili Peppers were there for a second.
What was the dude from the Foo Fighters? Wasn't it?
Or wasn't
Dave
it?
Grohl?
I thought it was that. Oh fuck! What's his name? Cuban dude. Is he Cuban?
Bruno
Bruno
Mars?
Mars.
Yeah. Was
No,
it?
I think you're right.
It was
I think
it?
you're right.
Okay,
How the
every
fuck
year-
you know that?
Because I just pictured him in my head.
Yeah, I think you're
It
right.
just popped into my head.
He's like my boyfriend, Bruno Mars. Was.
Well, this
Yeah.
year was Adam Levine. Why don't they just fucking get cock rock bands
Yeah,
to
no
play
shit.
that?
Dude.
Who do they think that the fans that are really watching the Super Bowl are? Majority wise, they would rather have like fucking Buck Cherry
The Scorpions.
singing
Yeah.
like crazy. If you had Buck Cherry in there playing Crazy Bitch,
Yeah.
fuck everything. The world blows up. All the women in the fucking stadium at the Super Bowl. That's my song. I am a crazy bitch.
Yep.
How many
Instantly.
times have you heard a woman say that?
Oh, God, yes.
That's my song.
Oh,
I am a
yeah.
crazy
I think
bitch.
we had that. That came out when we were still at the varsity, right?
Right.
That's been a long time, but that was like the
Yeah.
the time in the night. Everything's kind of getting a little stale, stagnant. Play crazy, bitch.
I remember-
Chicks turned up.
I remember being at a bar once, and it was like 38 to 45-year-old women, and the Pretty Young Thing, Michael Jackson, came on, and they're like, "Oh shit!" And they got out, and I was like, "Ooh, it's been 20 years since you've been a Pretty Young Thing." You know what I mean? I mean, come on.
That's kind of harsh.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, 15.
Christy Brinkley's in her 60s. Have you seen her?
Some
Jesus.
of them age, and women and men. Some of us age better.
She aged like fine wine.
These women did not, and they're like, "Pretty Young Thing."
I like how we start at Super Bowl
Yeah,
and then we go here.
That is part of the extravaganza.
The halftime show. Yeah.
That and the commercials, they have to make it so that you want to watch it.
I just watch it
But
for the commercials.
see, I think it is.
Well, then you're stupid.
It is kind of funny though.
Commercials
That,
happen everywhere. I didn't watch any of the Super Bowl, and I saw anyone that I wanted to.
Yeah, our teams, two major teams in the NFL and college football, lost the national championship or Super Bowl last year, 2018. So Alabama won
Yeah.
the championship, lost it this year, and then vice versa for the Patriots. So it's like, same teams basically every year now. It's getting kind of old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I made the comment that since the Red Sox won the World Series, which happens late October, so what, 2 months, 3 months? I'm like, oh my God, the city of Boston hasn't won a championship in like 3 months.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
You know what?
You guys really deserve it.
Yeah. The
You
world
know,
of
you
sports-
deserve it.
Should give the pennants every
The
year.
world of sports needs to be turned on its head. They need to take these games that are, like you said, getting stale, and mix it up. So they need to throw a variable into the football games that
Right.
they have no control over.
Brass Knuckle Wednesdays.
I was thinking that just make, let's say, 2 players on each team, a variable player.
Mm-hmm.
Halfway through, they switch sides. No matter what the team is, they're the variable. They always switch with the other team.
Crisscross.
But then would that person want to win the game?
They get paid all the same. It doesn't matter.
So you're saying they should try hard for this team and then try hard instead
They
of
should try
throwing
it.
the game in the
If
first
they
half.
throw the game, they lose their
because they know they're
paycheck,
going to be
right?
on the other team.
Yeah, I
The
people like to
XFL
watch-
is coming back.
Yeah.
They have this alternate football league. It's just I don't know. It's a fly by night thing, but the
XFL?
XFL is coming back.
Oh, yeah, that's
no,
the
they,
Vince
no, they
McMahon
have like
league.
an ACFL LC.
But it's
like
arena football, man.
That's all it is. So I don't think that's going to do anything. But if the XFL could, do something different.
Like, put in some body slams, right?
Yeah.
Characters? Motherfucker, give me characters. I want pro wrestling.
Football
things.
does have a lot of characters. I mean,
I want more, though. I
they're
want
just
like a guy that
doing-
comes
they're
out with
doing
a
off the
bird.
field.
Yeah.
Like a guy that
Yeah.
comes out with a bird,
Well, we got a
or-
guy in the NFL that hits his wife.
Oh, that's a character
There's
trait.
another guy that stomps a hooker in the hallway. I mean, there's characters.
Oh,
Yeah.
One of our
Guess you
running
could
backs
say
died after falling off the back of a truck that he was on, chasing his wife as she was leaving him.
Yeah, that was a pretty stupid move on his behalf
Yeah.
because he had broken his arm and he had too much downtime.
Yeah.
So he's fighting with his
His old lady, as we like to call her.
Yeah, and she took off. Obviously, she knows that he's in a bad spot. You know, like
Right.
the video. Did you see the video? The guy on the hood of the car.
Yeah.
The old guy on the hood of
Yeah.
You're gonna kill the person.
Like-
I know whatever you got going on is
Right.
probably pretty serious.
Pull
but
over.
Jesus.
It's not worth homicide.
What did he fuck your best friend?
Yeah.
Like what? Okay, I get it.
Yeah, are
but
you
did
living in a $50 million
Now he
mansion?
deserved to die. Exactly. I'm sure
Yeah.
you're probably well taken care of.
I mean, does it matter if he fingers a waitress at an Applebee's? Come on.
Maybe to that waitress.
No, I mean, if she's down with it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, the wife would
She
be
probably
mad.
Consensual.
she probably consented.
But it would be like, being mad in a $50 million house.
Right.
Oh, I'm super mad, but I got all these maids.
There wasn't anything else really in 2018 sports wise that I paid attention to that was noteworthy.
Right.
Besides going into the NBA free agency, LeBron leaves,
Yeah.
and then the rest of the fall is, hey, Bengals are kind of good. No, we're not. Hey, the Browns suck. Nah, they're kind of good.
Kind of good.
Like, that was the end of it. Ohio State, we've been over that 1,000 times, but
Urban's done.
they, kind of got screwed. Whatever.
Urban
but,
retired.
Yeah, Urban retired. New chapter in OSU football, but
Well, we'll see what happens.
that's why we're in this year because this is our year.
That's what we say
This
every
is our
year.
year.
This is the year.
This is our
Let's take
year.
a look back at ZTO last year. Big year for the True Stories We Just Made Up podcast. I think it's over with though, right?
I haven't talked to JT since I moved here, which is weird. I think that he maybe has other stuff going on because he got married.
He probably has new friends now.
Well, he got married. Yeah, he might. But I should. It's really my bad. I should reach out to him, but I've been so busy with all this other stuff. I just haven't.
But I wanted to just play a little clip from episode 35. That episode's called Harry Ploppers and the Half-Heart Prince, where
course
Ray
it is.
describes what he got into over the holidays last year. It's pretty good.
How have you been, man?
I've been great, man.
Good.
I've been great. How have you been?
Good. Did you have a good holiday?
Yeah, holidays are holidays, man. You know me.
I did not.
I just like to run around town with my bottoms off,
Yeah.
showing my peen to everybody that'll look at it.
If I tell you, I'll tell you real quick what happened to me. Christmas weekend. All excited to get to my folks. Have a
Hepatitis
little
C.
light cough. Nothing crazy. By about midnight, the first night I was there, I was fever, sweating, coughing. So I was coughing so hard I was about to throw up. My parents, mind you, who are in their 60s, woke up in the middle of the night and woke me up and said, "Would you like to go to the hospital?" That's how bad I was. So the next day we had our Christmas. I didn't eat all day because I felt like shit. We exchanged gifts. I was like, here's your fucking presents. Okay, great. I drove back here. I had 2 more days off. Slept through both of them. I felt fucking horrible, man.
Man, you didn't do anything. Huh?
No, I had that bubonic flu that I
That
was going
bubonic
with.
flu.
Yeah, I'm telling
Are
you,
you
man.
combining 2 diseases from the Middle
Yeah.
Ages? I had the Spanish bubonic flu.
That's right. It was not a good thing for me. So
That's good.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm glad you had such a lovely holiday.
yeah, but so after that, bounced back. The New Year's had huge New Year's plans, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did that go for you?
Well, it went really well. I met a girl.
Okay, that's awesome.
We went out. We had a little bit of what the kids call, what do they call that? Mushrooms.
Mushrooms.
Yeah, we had some mushrooms. I ended up in this weird fantasy land. It was weird because this rabbit kept telling me that I was out of time,
Gotcha.
and then we got real small. Went down these holes. I smoked a hookah with a giant fat man.
Giant fat man. Gotcha.
I don't know what his name was. I think it was Charles.
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 Chuck.
He said he was in charge. I don't know.
So our days and nights.
Yeah, we we kept going. Found out that this area was controlled by this old bitch who kept saying that she was on House of Cards. I don't know, or she was a playing card. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
I get what you're saying.
Then I woke up in a pool of my own vomit and realized I just drank myself silly on cognac.
Cognac.
Yeah, I had
Paul Masson.
I counted. I woke up and it was right when the ball was dropping, but it was my ball.
Teabagging.
Yeah.
I get it. What a lucky lady.
So New Year's was kind of eventful.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that clip from the True Stories We Just Made Up podcast.
Yeah, that was really funny.
I liked it.
Hilarious.
I'll watch it later and laugh at it.
He had that bubonic flu. But yeah, we got some mail in the mailbag. If you want to email us, zombietakeovertelevision@gmail.com. Scott, go ahead and read the email.
Okay.
Who's it from?
Draws Dog, and in the 419. And the subject is Sausage Party.
Oh.
Hey guys, I was wondering if you guys don't showcase the ZTO cover girls like you used to. I like all your goofy ass videos and stuff, but where are the ladies at, dude? Also, more hip hop on ZTO Radio.
Okay.
You wrote that, didn't you?
Are you Draws Dog?
Girls, though.
Well, in the wake of the Me Too movement, and in just general trying to class up the channel, I don't find it that necessary. We still use the photos for, like, you know, our profile picture right now is a cover. You know?
Sounded like you were going to say
yeah.
for our
We still use the photos.
for our personal.
We still use them.
We're not putting them up on the page and slipping mayonnaise on it.
No, I just don't think that it is going to be as big a part. I mean, Ken still takes the photos for girls around here that want to model.
Ken still photographs women whenever he can. There's no getting around that.
I told
Whether
him-
or not he uses them for.
I told him what he should do
whatever.
is turn the magazine idea into a Facebook page called ZTO Magazine, where you can post articles up there, or he could just use our page for that.
I'd like that very much.
But, you know, whatever he wants to do with the photos. I told him it's not going to be a major priority anymore, because people were like, where's the monthly? Because we used to do a monthly.
Yeah, it was
and people
monthly.
would be like, where's the monthly girl? The pictures. And it's like, I'm not.
Yeah, people are starting to get the wrong
Creepy.
idea. Yeah.
There were people that you never
Yeah.
saw pop up on any activity
Yeah.
unless there were girl photos.
And we,
Yeah, and with all the internet porn on, like how do you need that?
We're
It's
not
like
Maxim
the people I
magazine.
see
Yeah.
putting comments on YouTube, like on a news video, like, "Ooh, the host looks real good." Oh, did you see the product?
right.
Like, dude, you can literally watch whatever you want. You can see the girl just like that do anything that you want to see it.
I'm in an
what-
office group. An
Why do you
office
gotta
TV
sexualize
show.
every fucking thing?
The Office TV show. I'm in an office group
Yeah.
on Facebook. All they do is Pam's not hot. Pam's hot. Pam's not hot. Who's the hottest one? Who's the hot one? Who hot? That's all they talk about.
Who hot?
You go
Does
in
it
primordial
for
there for a
Yeah.
second.
That's
Who
what
hot?
it is. And I wanted to move away from that and focus more on local artists.
On the content itself.
And nothing against, like, we
Yeah.
promote the burlesque shows and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
We work together with them. It's still a part. There's still women. That
Every
are a part
one of the
it.
ladies that did that, I mean, they were fantastic, and they took
Right.
amazing
Oh, yeah.
photos, and there's nothing wrong about it. It's
And
just
it'll
yeah,
show up again.
It'll show
I'm
up.
sure. But it's not going to be
Yeah.
like a regular fucking thing.
Yeah, it's not our focal point. Of
Yeah,
it.
I think we would be more inclined to have a lady host the show, or
Yeah,
Right. I've
be
been
on a
trying
show
I've been trying to get a.
as opposed to just like, hey, We need some pictures of you.
And there's a lot of you out there women that are, smart and
Right.
could do this, could do better than this.
I've tried to
I
enlist
just don't know why you don't want to do
at
it.
least. I've tried to enlist at least 5 or 6 different women
Yeah.
and been in conversation with them. Like, I want a women's perspective on our channel. Do you want to do a segment on this show, or do you want to do your own show? I'll help you put it together. All you need to do is record yourself, and then they act like they want to, and then they don't follow through. So I don't know if it's a confidence thing, but you can do it. It's really easy. All you have to do is send it to me. It's fine.
I mean, I'm a professional. You can't get this good that fast, but you can try.
It takes years.
It takes years.
Let's move into old Jerry Casper's corner with
Jerry.
random topics.
Yeah.
Cherry's corner.
Random, all right. Did you hear about have you guys heard about Mr. Hansen? Christopher Hansen?
What did he got? I saw he popped up on something.
Got arrested
Yeah.
for unbalanced checks.
Oh,
I'm
Well,
like,
I don't know you can get arrested for
yeah.
that. My checks are unbalanced all the time.
Yeah.
I never know how much
Yeah.
money I
Yeah.
got.
No, I think it was bad checks.
Oh, like kiting?
Bad
Okay,
checks.
yeah.
And I'm like, you work for public television.
Well, no, not
Okay.
public. It's a private corporation.
Well,
NBC.
Does he
Yeah.
work for him anymore?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, does he even do it? That's what I
he
do.
had
He
a
does,
show that wasn't To Catch a Predator, but I don't remember exactly what it was
So
called.
he's-
Crime Watch.
Crime Watch. Yeah, it's like him.
It's about
It's like
murders and all
him,
that.
being the
the guy.
guy who calls out, "Hey, what you doing?
So yes.
Huh?
So
What you
what's he
doing?
spending all his
What
money?
you doing
on?
here?
That's what I mean. I'm like,
What are you doing
the
here?
fuck?
Why you
Help
got
yourself.
What you got cherry? You brought cherry Diet Coke
Feisty.
Yeah.
over here? What were you planning on doing with that Diet Coke, huh?
Well, it's
Drink it.
I see
Oh,
there's pizza over there. You brought pizza?
Well-
Yeah, I was just having some pizza. Why are the condoms in your pocket?
because I was going to drink this,
Yeah.
eat a piece of pizza, and then put it in my bum.
Yeah.
Have you
yeah.
ever seen those dudes that do like their own Catch a Predator, and it's terrifying?
Oh yeah. When there's
No.
nobody around to
Oh,
tell
yeah.
you not to do it, there's a YouTube channel.
There's dudes
Of
that
like,
just invite
just-
dudes over. They like catfish them.
Yeah.
And then they
Set 'em
come
up.
over, and sometimes they beat the fuck out of them.
I saw a guy
What?
take a gun and put it to a dude's temple in a car. He didn't even know if it was really the guy.
Oh my
Right.
god.
And he's like, you were here to meet a girl. Don't you ever fucking come back here again?
Oh my god.
And the guy drove off real fast, and I was like, what if it was just some dude like checking his phone, like, oh fuck, I'm lost.
Yeah.
And do they think that
Yeah.
ever really works? Because that guy
Yeah.
probably goes like, "I'm going to be a lot more careful the next time I try to
Right.
fuck a teenager."
It's like when you watch the To Catch Predator episodes, it was always random shit being left out on the table, like brownies that
Yeah.
would sit there for like
I used to
3,
love when
4
they'd be like,
hours.
bring a tub of fettuccine.
But the
know
part,
that
the
would
part
be-
that the part that I don't know, yeah, these guys deserve to get caught.
Oh, for
But
sure.
the part that bothers me is like how fucking far they went.
Yeah.
They even had a
Oh,
girl
yeah.
that like looked young that was like,
Yeah,
yeah,
did
I'm
the
coming
voice.
back up, I'm gonna go
Yeah.
get naked in the pool. Like, the dude's getting a chub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
I like the one
Is that
that
part
dude
of
just
it?
got
It's
straight up
apparently-
naked.
Oh yeah, that's
Sit there
that was
naked.
fucked
But you have
up.
to you have to see her to like make it real.
Right.
I mean, you guys have enough evidence here? The guy showed up at the house.
I'd say the minute he walked in that fucking door, it would be over. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Oh, you have to expect that there's probably a lot of cutting room footage.
Yeah.
Of guys that they caught, because they probably are still arrested them, but they probably walk in and like, oh fuck, cookies on the table. You'll be right out. Oh, I'm out of here.
Cookies and punch.
Yeah.
He lied.
One motherfucker that walked in is like, oh shit, I'm on that show.
Wrong house.
Yeah.
How are
Wrong house.
How are you so invested in fucking children that you
I
don't
just-
know?
I just
that-
imagine it's the voice from the Family Guy, Mr. Herbert. Oh shit, I'm getting out of here. You know.
Oh god, they had to have done that on the show.
Yeah, it is a little nice that he gets a taste of his own medicine.
Yeah.
Because it's not the fact that he was going after predators, because they deserve it. But damn,
Yeah. Oh, dude.
he made a spectacle about
Oh,
it, and
yeah.
it was like all about fucking him.
You know what
and,
I
and,
want-
and then you're free to go. You're
Yeah.
free to go.
What-
You're free to walk out the door and get
Yeah.
tackled by a cop.
You want to watch
Yeah.
some real scumbag TV? There's a channel. I don't know if it's the Roku channel or it's some channel on Roku, one of those free weird ones that just has like Sally Jesse Raphael and all those shitty like Jerry Springer, but they also have cheaters on there. Have you ever watched that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I watched it on
It is
regular
so
TV back in the day.
fake. First of all, it's fucking fake as
Yeah.
fuck. But also, wow, it's trash.
Yeah.
I watched like almost the whole episode one night, and I just felt horrible about myself. I'm like, what am I doing with my life?
Yeah.
I had to have a self-evaluation.
Yeah. Isn't it? It seems weird. I think this is a thing. It's a racist thing, of course, but I think it's a thing. Black women tend to go after the man, and white girls tend to fight each other. Is that a thing on Cheaters? Because I think like at least the ones I used to watch. Like, if it was a black woman, she knows she just a hoe.
Right.
So she's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And going after the guy
The thing that's
instead
fucked
of
up
fighting
is-
the other girl. But the white girls, like, as soon as they seen the other bitch, they would just go attack him, and
That's the way it is
guy
in
would
real
try
life,
to get
though,
in the
man.
middle of it and pull him
I've
off
seen
of him.
so
and-
many women that catch their man cheating. They might smack him a few times, but they go crazy on that girl.
Yeah.
Working at bars at the Varsity Club over there, I saw that happen so many times where a guy was grinding on another girl,
Mhm.
and then his girlfriend saw it and came up and slapped him, and then beat the fuck out of that other girl. I'm like,
Oh
that
my
doesn't even make
God.
sense.
Like, and they're probably mostly white girls, right?
oh yeah,
Yeah. So that I think that's a thing, and guys will fight each other, but that's
I think
because
they should,
it's an alpha thing, and it's just
they
two
should
guys
tag each
fighting
other.
over.
Yeah.
Like, she smacks him, turns to her, tag. She, the grindee, beats the shit out of the guy.
That-
They
and
slap hands and
that's-
grab a beer.
That's kind of the black woman's strategy,
Yeah.
though, because they want that girl to be on their side.
Right.
They're even like sometimes extra nice and like, honey, yeah, he does this, he's gonna do this to everybody, and let's go show him. Let's keep
See?
both sides of his car. You know what I mean? Like,
I think
she
that's
wants
how
him
you
to
should be.
wants-
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it be? Because
Yeah.
it's your guy. Like, how do you know that other person knows that you're in a relationship?
Right, you don't.
You don't, unless you
Yeah,
have a
so why
clear,
would
like,
you-
fucking
right.
suntan ring.
Or
on
she
your
comes up and goes,
finger.
I knew he was married. Fuck you. Then you're
Yeah,
like, okay, game
exactly.
on.
I knew I did
Right.
it anyways. I
Game
did
on.
it
Yeah.
in your bed.
Yeah.
When the kids were home.
Right.
Anyways, let's get into another clip. This one's going to be from the last Roundup Horror Show. Just a little. Let's check in with some of my favorite moments from last year. And I just have a question for you guys. Why do you suppose they had that jigsaw puzzle corpse come to life and tear the dude's dick and balls off?
Yeah, I have no.
That's like too much hot fudge on your hot fudge
Well,
sundae.
that goes into like a taking a supernatural turn. The last 2 seconds of the movie.
I think they did it because it was right.
I mean, it was a good scene. It's
like I would, if I wrote that movie like that, if I ended up with a movie all the way up to the end, and I was like, what's the right way to end this?
blow it out the ass.
It's like
Just blow it out the ass.
That's the right way to end it.
Episode 16.
God, I want some Taco Bell. It's gonna be good.
Doritos Locos. Oh shit!
Oh, they got the naked chalupas.
I want my regular chalupa.
No, naked chicken chalupa.
Number 6 with 2 chili cheese burritos.
Add beef. What? Beef to the naked chicken chalupa with the lava sauce.
The best part of the chalupa is the shell.
Martha brought
Why are
me
you gonna
some
take our
shit
shell
that
away?
had fucking Fritos in it. I was
Fuck
like,
you, Jared.
get out of here.
Why are you?
The best part of the chalupa is the fried shell.
Yeah, and now it's
Why you
even
gonna take
better
it-
because it's made of chicken.
No, it's not the same.
That's gonna be a hard shit.
It doesn't have the fried shell.
You enjoy your shell. I'll enjoy my chicken.
I get it with chicken.
What
or-
it's just chicken with meat inside of the chicken. What
There's
are
no
we-
meat inside of it. It's just like a fried chicken patty with
It's
the chalupa.
stupid.
I get beef inside of it.
Oh, okay.
It all tastes the same no matter what form it comes in anyway.
Welcome to the last Roundup Horror Show. I'm Frank. This is Jason.
I'm Jared.
It's Jared. He
I
likes
cut
the
you
naked. He'll have a naked chalupa, please. And we're talking about movies. We're talking about movies here. We got 3 of them again, and some other fun things. Up first, we're going to talk about my unfortunate choice of Boys.
Why you say unfortunate?
Because it's not. I don't feel it's a good review.
Well,
for
let's
the
go.
show.
Let's go ahead. Come on.
I picked Boys in the Trees based solely on some artwork I saw. Some of it looked like it was the sequel to Twilight, and some of it looked pretty cool.
The summary for this movie is on Halloween 1997, two estranged teen skaters embark on a surreal journey through their memories, dreams, and fears. Written by Nicholas Verso and just directed by him as well. Just for fun, I looked at the tags for this movie, and here are some of my favorite plot keywords that you can find this movie for, that just go along with it. They're tags. Halloween costume, skateboarding, wolf mask, wolf costume, estranged friend, sitting in a tree, internet porn, drinking vodka from the bottle, teenage drinking, watching porn on the internet, dial-up connection, teenage friends, rekindling friendships, shirtless male. Would you think that... Do they drink vodka out of a bottle?
Yeah.
Do people search for that to find movies?
Where's the porn come in at?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
remember.
Just because they're teenagers? Or you just... It's just a given that porn's in
Well,
their
it's
life.
1997. If there was internet porn in this movie,
dial-up.
It was like waiting 5 minutes for a picture.
A little bit at a time.
Yeah, you can see oh yeah, they're coming now. Here's the boobs.
ASL, please.
By the time
10 for 10.
By the time you get a full thumb in there, you're done anyways. Shut it off.
Oh, it's so good.
You don't make it past the navel.
One of the basically what happens in this movie is that there's this kid who's he's not a good kid. None of these kids are good kids, and they're fucking with this other kid, this other little nerdy kid.
The good kid. He's a good kid.
He's the good little, but he seems
There's
like he's
two
a lot
good
younger
kids.
than them. Evidently,
No, he's just smaller.
Yeah, he's just a small kid. But but they fuck with
I
him.
think he's a lot younger now. He's small. Yeah, he's
a small good kid.
They fuck with him so bad. They're throwing birds at his windows. They're fucking terrorizing this kid. They punch him in the face, take his picture, hang up all over town. Did you guys have any nostalgia with this at all? Because we were like
For
teenagers.
Sure. The soundtrack was on point.
Like like teenagers.
And one thing, it seemed like in most movies, like when they try to put rock and heavy metal, it doesn't fit or feels forced.
Right.
This felt good. It was natural. Like anytime a good song came on, it was just,
it
was
wasn't
perfect.
It wasn't really nostalgic for me because I wasn't into.
Oh, I was listening
Bullying.
to all that shit.
No, any of the music.
I was listening.
I was into bullying.
I was listening to all that fucking shit though.
No, all the music in it. I mean, they really did do a great job with the soundtrack, but it wasn't like
it's just the era.
Even
yeah,
if you
heard those songs,
yes,
almost every day, whether you
right. Even if you didn't like that music, think about horror movies that were made during that time. They would have that shit on the soundtrack. They'd sell you the soundtrack at the fucking before the movie, in a bunch of ads. But that was a highlight for me. There's a lot of nostalgia. I think I connected a lot with the main character because he was like our age, not because of anything else that was going on.
Because of that time, Frank one time abandoned his friend when a group of bullies.
Let's be honest, everybody's abandoned friends.
It kind of is like that. Yeah, you kind of did abandon
Well, I didn't abandon them. They just
Then
this
he
isn't
went
what
off.
happened.
Didn't he shoot
This isn't
someone
what
in the
happened.
Navy or something?
No, I'm not
Well,
going
let's
to talk
say
bad
that.
about. He's got enough hard enough life as it is. All right, we're back. We got another mailbag selection here.
We do.
What do you got, Randy?
Mike the Legendary at Wikipedia.com. I'm like, okay. Subject is fuck off. All right. It's motherfuckers like you and your closed-minded friends that are causing the divide in this country. If you get off your high horses, stop running your mouths on the internet, you might have time to find a worthwhile career for yourselves. You can stop posting your fucking videos at little radio shows because nobody's listening to what you have to say. Self-righteous pricks, every one of you.
Wow.
Well, to Mike, I say, fuck you.
I mean, most of that's true.
That's kind of true.
Yeah.
Most of that's
As
true.
a self-righteous prick, though,
Yeah.
go fuck yourself.
Take that.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you're one of the 6 people that listen.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I appreciate it.
Well, let's get down to
How
it.
do you know what our careers are, though?
Yeah, you don't know shit about
You
me.
don't know what we
You
do.
think I just do videos all
Son,
night, son?
You don't know what we do.
We're out there grinding.
Making paper.
Making
Grinding.
paper.
Make that
Yeah.
paper,
buddy.
son.
Yeah.
But Randy's worked
So
on
my
on
car's a
on
lot
on
nicer
list
than yours.
Of,
Yeah.
a list of topics here, so let's get down to business.
So I want to close out my movies category. All right,
Cut him off early.
2018. Let's just run through these other two I had. Comedy-wise, 2018 had some pretty solid comedies, but I picked Game Night, starring Jason Bateman and Rachel McAdams.
Yeah.
Written and directed by a guy I did not write down. Whoops. But anyways, Game Night, if you haven't seen it, it's about a bunch of friends who get together, kind of like we do, once a month, and they play a game, right? The neighbor guy never gets invited. Then the guy marries, Jason Bateman marries a lady, and they have a bigger game night with more friends, and they invite the guy.
Right.
And shit gets crazy from there. I don't want to tell you too much. The guy's brother shows up, and there's a whole scenario. and it's, but I'm telling you, there are some of the funniest sight gags. Jason Bateman is the king, in my opinion, of being the straight man in a situation that's so fucked up. There's no way you would have a straight situation.
Yeah, the dog thing. I think I laughed almost the whole time.
There's and then also when he gets getting the bullet out. I'm telling you guys,
an inch. That wasn't an inch.
Yeah, that's not an inch. But you guys, comedy lovers,
That's all the way through.
check out Game Night. You will not be disappointed. Currently, it's running on HBO. Following that up with a drama I saw right at the end of 2018. It came out right around, and now it's being touted for awards. It's called Mid-90s.
That's
Jonah Hill wrote and directed a movie that was basically my childhood of friends. It's a bunch of outsiders who skateboard. I could never skateboard. I was like the one kid that had a skateboard and would drag it around and just be like, "Oh, I
fell down a lot."
Yeah,
yeah, I'm not afraid to admit it.
We played in the mid-90s. And this soundtrack too, I gotta tell you guys, by the way. The soundtrack's got Wu-Tang, Nirvana, Nate Dogg and Warren G, the Pixies. He's got all kind. The soundtrack's amazing. It'll take you back.
Yeah.
But it's about this kid who doesn't know his place. You know, he's 13. He's just meeting some new friends. It's summertime, and these kids down the street, he sees them skateboarding, and he wants to join. And it's about becoming part of a group. And I think everybody that's in our group, Zombie Takeover TV, can relate to that. The first time you find a bunch of people, and you're like, man, these guys don't feel like just friends or acquaintances. This is like a family. Like, you guys fit together. And that's what this whole story is about. The kid's got a terrible childhood. And Jonah Hill, this dude's amazing. He fucking knocks it out of the park. It's like watching a documentary of that time period. It's like a time capsule. It's perfect. Video-wise cinematography, he actually does crazy stunts because a lot of these kids are real skateboarders. He got real kids, first time acting, and they do crazy stunts, and it's like watching one of those old skateboard videos that we used to make when we were in the mid-90s. And I'm telling you, it's just, if you grew up in that time period, you gotta fucking see it. So, and I think that's out on VOD, the video on demand, and digital right now. Blu-ray.
That's one that I saw. I remember when it came out in theaters.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I'd like to see that. And then I forgot about it because I never saw it anywhere to watch.
Right. It made a lot of money for a movie like it. It's an independent film. He financed it all himself, you know. I mean, but that's the thing about Jonah Hill. The guy's worked with so many people at this point. He said he called up Martin Scorsese at one time because I watched this behind the scenes thing. Can you imagine that? Like your first movie, and you're getting Scorsese's advice.
Well, didn't he start out his career?
His first movie role ever was the 40-Year-Old Virgin. He's in the scene where the 40-Year-Old Virgin goes over to the shop. The shoe.
But didn't he get into movies by way of Dustin Hoffman?
Yeah, that's right. Dustin Hoffman's kids were his neighbors.
He's like known Dustin Hoffman his whole life. And so that was encouraged. But Dustin Hoffman said he didn't pull any strings for that kid. Right.
He just set him up with a talent agent, and they did their thing.
Right. Well, I mean, I've thought he was funny since the 40-Year-Old.
Right.
That scene is one of the highlights in that movie.
Yeah.
I just rewatched it.
Where he's holding it, he's like, that's great. I just want to buy this shoe.
What do I got to do to get these shoes into my life?
Yeah.
It's got like a dead fish.
It's got a dead goldfish for you. It's a lot. The shoes have the heels that have aquariums in them. Yeah. So I highly recommend it. That's all I was saying.
Well, let's move into another ZTO TV thing here. Exploder exploded onto the podcast channel in 2018 This is Dan Fraley's wrestling podcast. I wanted to play, I guess the whole episode. They're not very long. Worst video games. His most popular video. I think it's because he paid to have it. Like that just goes to show you how much difference paying to have your video on Facebook promoted, because it's up to like 4K or something like that.
Holy smoly.
And I'm sure he only spent like $20 on it, but still, that's how Facebook keeps you down, man.
Yeah.
Anyways, check out this episode of Exploder.
Hotter than Missy Hyatt used to be, it's Exploder. Hello everyone, welcome back to Exploder. This episode we're going to do something a little different. We're going to talk about wrestling video games. Not some of the best, because there's a lot of great ones, but there's also some very awful ones. So getting back into the swing of things, I've talked about the worst pay-per-view I've ever seen. Now, I'm going to talk about the worst wrestling video game. Just start out, I'm not going to mention WWE Crush Hour, which was sort of a twisted metal type clone because it's a different genre. It had wrestlers in it, but it wasn't a wrestling game. So with my criteria, it didn't count. Same with WWF Betrayal. It was a bad beat 'em up on a Game Boy. What did you expect? Again, has wrestlers, doesn't make it a wrestling game. And then, this may be a little controversial, but it's going to be a little different. I'm going to explain it. WrestleMania the arcade game and In Your House, back for PlayStation, Sega, arcade, and whatnot. I'm not going to include those. Some people say, well, they're not good. Well, I think that's because the modern era, people are getting used to simulation. A lot of wrestling games now are simulation. These were not traditional video games. These were digitized graphics. They were cartoony. And yes, you were hitting, if you hit The Undertaker, spirits flew out. If you hit Yokozuna, hams fell out of him. Now, I'm 80% sure that wasn't the case with him in real life, but whatever. They weren't traditional, they weren't simulation, but for arcade games, they were perfectly fine. So I'm not going to mention those. I'm just going to get that out of the way right now. I'm going to start with a game that's not that bad, but really not that good. WWF Royal Rumble for the Dreamcast. This game came out during the Dreamcast run, very short run that it was, and it wasn't overall a bad game. It was decent, the control scheme was okay, the hit detection was good, and it was simulation. The biggest problem was there was really no features. There was a Royal Rumble mode, of course, single, tag team here and there, but it was nothing major, and the roster was incredibly small. I mean, the Acclaim games had more people involved in the roster, and those games were worse, and we'll get to those. But the Royal Rumble was just not good. You could only have so many characters on screen at one time, and this was, mind you, compared to a WWF game like SmackDown or SmackDown 2 Know Your Role, which were both on the original PlayStation. And theoretically, the Dreamcast was more powerful than the PlayStation. So why the Dreamcast version had a smaller roster, fewer features, was a very bare bones project, and why it was worse than two games that came out before it's really mind-boggling. So WWF Royal Rumble for the Dreamcast, not great, but not awful, just sort of there. The next one's a twofer because it's two games, but really it's just one game. Backyard Wrestling 1 and 2. I'm not giving you the subtitles, look them up. Feature ICP, Vampiro, and Tylene Buck. Yes, Major Guns, who's only known for her, talent, who is a former and future porn star. The game was just awful. The hit detection was awful. If you threw something at any point in the entire area, which was usually someone's backyard because, gimmicks, if you threw something, it would find somebody and hit them. I don't care if you could turn around and throw it the exact opposite. It would hook around magic bullet style and hit the person. So no matter what you did, it was going to hit that person. It was frustrating. If you're throwing it, that's cool. If someone's throwing it at you, it's frustrating. The game engine was awful. It featured the Insane Clown Posse and a bunch of unknown guys who were with them. If you were into the Insane Clown Posse, I'm sure you knew who half these guys were, but it featured them, Madman Pondo, in literally his only video game, and rightfully so, and just an awful game. If it features Vampiro, two dressed up clowns, and a porn star, and calls itself a wrestling game, one of those things, one of the parts of that is lying to you. That's all I'm saying. Awful, awful, awful game. Do not play it. Now back to the licensed games. What is there to say about WWF Steel Cage Challenge for the Nintendo? It was a 1980s WWF game. It played like crap. Oh no, yeah, part of the screen was obstructed by a giant blue cage. That's really all I can say about that game. It sucked. There's a blue cage in the way, and it played like crap, so that's all it gets. Doing another twofer, this time coming out of WCW. WCW Nitro and Thunder, both on the PlayStation 1, are basically the same game, only Thunder has a blue paint job. I don't know how to explain how bad this game is. I don't know how to explain I don't know how to do moves in this game. To this very day, I've only done moves on this game accidentally. There are run-ins all the time, whether you want them to be or not, whether they make any sense. They just run in. Good luck controlling anything. Good luck getting anything done. It has a weird camera angle, and the only redeeming quality from both of these games is on the player select screen. You can push a button, and they actually have full video of wrestlers doing promos about you picking them in front of a green screen. Raven, Perry Saturn, Kevin Nash, name it. That's the only redeeming quality of this entire game is the player select screen, which is really, really bad. So again, if you find these, pick them up for a couple dollars and play the videos. And then after you've got the fill of the WCW at that time, chuck the game in the trash, because you're never going to win a match, and it's going to be very frustrating. I promise you that. But the WWF isn't out of the woods, because they have their fair share of crappy games as well, including WWF Warzone for the PlayStation 1 and N64. This game was revolutionary in its time because it came out and was the first real simulation game. It attempted 3D, and the rendered graphics were better. I mean, comparing it to In Your House and WrestleMania the arcade game isn't fair, because the others were arcade games where The Undertaker literally hit you with a ghost tombstone, and these were meant to be more like wrestling. The problem with the game was, quite frankly, the control scheme was awful. You had to be a CIA level hacker just to pull off a suplex, and they had a lot of moves. They had a lot of people on the roster. They had full motion video. I mean, it was really a good game. It should have been good. The problem was it was just not intuitive to play. It was Acclaim's first wrestling video game, and it shows. And the problem is, if this were one game and they fixed it, that'd be a different matter. But they did this 3 more times. The WWF Attitude, after this, which had a bigger roster but played the exact same way. And then later, ECW Hardcore Revolution and ECW Anarchy Rules, which was the same exact game, only with a Inferno match ripoff called Brimstone, a UFC match ripoff, and a roster full of guys like Balls Mahoney and the Sandman. But it was the same game as Warzone. So I'm giving Warzone the nod here because I didn't want to list 4 games, although I just did, about how awful this game was. It just didn't play right. It looks cool. It was a revolution for its time, but it plays like crap. And that's the biggest problem with this game, is the controls just aren't fun. Now it's time for Newsflash. Our checks don't bounce because there are no checks. John Cena and Nikki Bella recently broke up after 6 years as a couple. Turns out the only way to see John Cena as a heel is to date him. Vince McMahon is reportedly high on Baron Corbin once again, and many expect to see a big push for the star in the coming months. WWE is already working on a wig with a bald spot merchandise for just the occasion. The Saudi Arabian event, The Greatest Royal Rumble, will now be 6 hours, feature a 50-man battle royal and a casket match between The Undertaker and Rusev again for some reason. This is the greatest thing to hit Saudi Arabia since the last exorbitant thing someone in Saudi Arabia spent money on. Bruce Pritchard and the Pod God, Conrad Thompson, are beginning a new podcast for the WWE Network. They promise the same insight, with a likely chance that the next time you hear Vince McMahon's voice screaming, it could actually be him. In his Hall of Fame speech, Mark Henry playfully mentioned that he thought he had one more run in him and threatened current WWE champions. This is the most intimidating thing he's done since saying, "I will destroy you," to a Florida Outback Steakhouse. The restaurant has since closed due to security concerns. The superstar shakeup happened recently, with Raw getting Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and Scottish Diesel, while SmackDown got Jeff Hardy, Samoa Joe, and Big Cass. In other news, Enzo Amore just got transferred to the night shift at a New Jersey Planet Fitness where he works. Everyone's a winner. That's it for Newsflash. Now let's get back to the show. And to pile back onto WCW, because, you know, there's one thing WCW doesn't get, it's enough crap, is WCW Backstage Assault for the N64 and PlayStation 1. Now, everyone talks about how this was the first wrestling game without a ring. And honestly, as weird as that sounds, I could forgive that if it played better. It doesn't. WCW Backstage Assault is basically WCW Mayhem with worse weapon detection. That's it. WCW Mayhem was a first attempt at WCW to do a real simulation game, but it wasn't that great, but it was forgivable because it was a first try. This was that, minus the ring, hit detection that looked like a blind chicken took a swing at your controller. Graphics weren't even comparable to what WWF was doing at the time, and it was just a bad game. I can forgive the fact that there wasn't a ring if it were a fun game. It wasn't a fun game, and that's the biggest problem with this game. It wasn't fun. It was horrible. You lock on, forget locking on. Then there was glitches. The lockup system was terrible. Weapons where you would swing almost exactly on the guy, and because the computer read you were slightly off, you completely miss. The bump, if you sold a weapon, there were 2 ways to sell a weapon. You either stumbled backwards, like you turned and stumbled, or you fell. That's it. That's the only way. You get hit by a truck, you'd either stumble back or fall. This game looked bad. It played bad, and it was just a terrible game. And again, I could forgive the no ring part if it just played better, and it didn't play better. So that's why this one's awful. Again, you can get this for a couple bucks anywhere, and I played it just for sheer curiosity, and I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of regretting that I did. And we're going to close it out with the worst of the worst. That's right, Hulk Hogan's main event for the Xbox 360. It's a Hulk Hogan game in 2011. Anything worse? Yes, it's for the Kinect. Yes, that thing that you swung blindly like you were trying to have a seizure or something to that effect and doesn't work at the time, doesn't read things. Now, take that, add Hulk Hogan's do-rag cover head to it, make it a generic wrestling game that requires the Kinect, and you get a game that has a 26 Metacritic score and got a 1 out of 10 by Game Informer. 1 out of 10. I'm pretty sure that one time the editing staff got measles got a 3 out of 10. 1 out of 10? Yeah, awful. Hulk Hogan 2011 Kinect. That's all you need to hear. That is by far the worst game I've ever heard of in my entire life. I don't even want to play it. Xbox 360, Kinect, Hulk Hogan 2011. Put those together in any combination and you're going to see a terrible, terrible game that no one wants to play. Well, that's going to do it for this time. I'm Dan. This is Exploder. Have a good one.
All right, we're back, guys. I hope you enjoyed that wrestling talk. Scott's got another mailbag selection. It's a long one.
Yeah, it's from Objectively Handsome. And modest as well.
Yeah.
That's I added that last part. The subject is ladies, I'm single. I guess. Okay, I get where it's. All right. I didn't want to go forward. Hey guys, my name is Austin Wallace. I'm from Macomb, Ohio. I was hoping I can get fine gentlemen to maybe spread the word about my relationship status, and hoping to find my true love. I haven't been single long, but I'm anxious to get back out there after recent loss of my former flame, Diana. Wait, how old are you? How old are you? It's got to be old. There are no Dianas under 40 years old. Right? 40? Maybe even 50.
I haven't met a Diana in a while. Yeah.
Okay,
So, yeah.
I think we're this consensus then.
I think that name died out, actually.
Diana was a flaxen-haired beauty with the body of an Olympic gymnast and the face of a longshore man. I don't know if it was her underbite or the blood pouring from her ear canals, but it was definitely love at first sight. Too bad she passed away only hours after we met. Okay.
Sorry, that was an awkward laugh.
Yeah.
It caught me off guard, though.
I'm 6'8", so I'm a tall glass of water. I enjoy handcrafting my own ties for my telemarketing job, and when I'm not jockeying a phone line, I'm usually hanging out at the laptop game shop downtown, talking with Bruce about comic books. I don't know who Bruce is.
This is a weird letter to get.
Yeah. My number is 419-674-7990.
Are we allowed to say that?
Give me a call. If you're not a redhead and you have at least regular looking boobs.
Say that last part again.
So give me a call if you're not a redhead and you have at least regular looking boobs.
Regular looking.
At least
regular looking. If not, I'm
and better.
better.
Regular looking and better.
Ask for Austin or leave a message if I'm busy or something. Also, must be all right with chronic adult acne and intimidatingly aggressive body hair.
Wow. Well, I'm glad that we helped him out. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, what else do you have, Jerry Casper? Can you read without your glasses?
Yeah. My glass.
Wow. Can you read without your glasses?
Hey, Jerry Casper. Can you read without your
Mine's
glasses?
film related as well.
Okay.
You guys ever watch Jason Statham films?
No, I have.
Never.
I have seen a few.
You seen Scott?
Yeah.
You got a couple bangers you'd like to talk
The
about?
Transporter.
Yeah.
Is he in Crank?
Crank.
Yeah, The Expendables.
I wanted to watch Crank because I heard it's great.
The Expendables 2.
Expendables 3.
Damn it.
There's a movie.
A little bit more of a pause.
You guys might not
The
have
Meg.
seen it. The Bank Job. Have you heard about it?
Yeah, he was in the Italian Job too back in the day.
That's right.
Yeah.
Sounds like he gets a lot of jobs.
Yeah.
He's the new James Bond, right?
So do you have one that you're
Who's
particular?
James Bond?
or
Bank
just-
job.
Craig?
Yeah, that's all
Oh,
I
the
was
bank
gonna
job.
say.
Okay.
It's
Who's James Bond now?
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig.
I get him mixed
I
up
think
because they're
I
bald.
think Henry Cavill.
hunks.
I think Henry Cavill might be moving into that spot.
Oh.
That would be perfect though, because he's British and he's
A hunk.
handsome.
You gotta have a hunk.
I'm not even ashamed of that.
Right. He was on. Have you seen the Expendables films? With Sylvester
I
Stallone and
put the first one on, and I
But he's
faded
in
out
that.
of it. I think I greened out on that one.
Well, yeah, I really did too, because it's like Sylvester Stallone's like 70 some, and it's like
he
he
looks
can't fly.
like he's going
Yeah.
to burst in those movies.
My favorite one in that first one is Mickey Rourke. Because he looks
that.
like he's dead.
Yeah.
And they're like, talk to Mickey about something.
I forget. I heard
You know?
somebody say
Like-
they saw Mickey Rourke on a plane in first class, and he had this little dog with him.
Oh, yeah, he carries it everywhere.
And he said something like he like peed on him or something, and he looked to his assistant and said like Fluffy made a poo poo. He called a pee poop.
Oh, wow.
I don't know where I heard that.
He's
but
just
he's such
insane.
a grizzled looking.
Yeah.
He looks like the character he played in Spun.
Uh-huh.
Is who he is to me.
Yeah.
Like he's like a meth cook. He looks like a meth cook. And I can't imagine him holding this little dog and being like, "Oh, Fluffy made a poo poo." But what's your favorite?
The Big Job. I recommend you guys ought to see it.
I have to check it out. What, Statham?
Yeah.
I'd say Crank. Yeah.
I heard Crank 2's better than Crank.
It's crazy.
Corey Haim
Crank-
in one of those.
Yeah, he's in two.
Yeah.
But they're fun.
R.I.P.
They're fun movies. I mean, they're just fun to watch.
They sounded interesting.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite Jason Statham movie while we're on it?
No, I want to see the Meg, I guess.
Yeah,
but it's
I
something
haven't
I'll
watched
wait.
that.
I'll wait for
watch
it to
that
come
at
out on
one point or
Netflix. No, not really. He's kind of blah.
I think it's the British voice.
Well, I mean, it can't be that. 'Cause
I need to see him do
well,
something
I do
goofy,
too,
like,
but his is like always just
some of the other
aggressive.
actors.
He's not a
action
terrible
film.
actor. Yeah, he just picks roles where he runs a lot.
Yeah.
You know, so
And he's always
apparently a professional driver, though.
He's like the
so I
same
think he
guy
does.
in
I think he does a lot of his own driving stunts. One of which almost killed him, but. No Tom Cruise. I mean, he's not flying helicopters either.
He's no Tom Cruise.
let's get that straight.
Yeah.
Katie Holmes and Jamie Foxx? What the? Really?
Yeah.
We can get into that.
Yeah, that's a weird matchup.
I can keep going, man. Jamie Foxx in Living Color, guys. Yeah, we can go down this road all night.
Katie Holmes. I can't think of a movie she's in. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I can't either.
First Batman.
Yeah. Well, Batman. Yeah, Batman Begins.
I would go Katie Holmes, Tom Cruise's ex-wife,
who looks nothing like her.
Who looks nothing.
I would describe Katie Holmes the same way I would describe Nicole Kidman as Tom Cruise's ex-wife. That's how important they are to me. Anyways, we went really buck wild with the shitty prize giveaways last year, to the point to where right before we stopped doing them, I ran out of shitty things. So
yeah,
I've been accumulating things though. So we'll be going coming back in spring.
You could take a trip over to the house and probably find boxes of shitty things. That wasn't thunder, was it?
There's supposed to be a thunderstorm tonight.
But let's play a little compilation of the shitty prize giveaway, and we'll be right back.
Do the giveaway.
Yeah, I can't do the giveaway. You got this horse shit playing in the background. I give a shit away.
Go ahead, man.
I've been trying.
I'm just having fun.
You're having a lot of fun. I'm just dealing with this shit. What the hell?
Do the giveaway.
Do you just go to YouTube and hit click and just play?
No, I have. This is all on CDs I have.
Oh dear Lord! What kind of childhood did you have? Okay, I'm gonna ask the question again. How much stuff do you have in your house?
Oh, like it never stops.
Are you a hoarder? Is that what this is? Oh! He's dropping the mic over here. Thank you. Because people that don't know, this is the shitty prize giveaway is what we call it. We ask you very simple trivia, and you answer it correctly eventually, and you get whatever in this bag of horrors. Now, all of this stuff...
Horrors.
Horrors. That's
horrors! Right. It's a bag of horrors!
We're not allowed to have that bag anymore.
All right. Which U.S. state is closest to Africa?
Florida, California, or Maine? Florida. Try again.
Really, Maine?
Maine, that is correct. Maine is farther east, it turns out. Pull something out of the bag.
Which bag?
Pick one, I don't care.
Is the box a bag?
The box, yeah, grab a record out of there if you want. That's likely to be better, but
I'm going to pick the only one that is in any type of case.
Oh, that'll go well. What do you got there?
Eddie Money!
Eddie Money, life for the taking. Yes, he got Eddie Money, that's right. Well, his night's been made. All right. I don't know how you'd know this one. All right. What is a frog's favorite color? Blue, orange, yellow, or brown?
Brown. How does any...
Try again. Try again. Blue and orange. Try again. Blue! There you go. Reach in the bag. I don't know how they know that. That they talk to a frog that's willing to drop the frog. Like, I'll tell you. Like, is that an informant on the inside? Yeah, there's stuff in the bag. Open the bag. There's always some. Those are the fun prizes because you don't know what's in them.
See, I found a bag in there.
Something
like,
wrapped. Here's a headless Barbie. That's a good start. And put it under fire. And that is a can of, what the hell? Mushroom soup and a headless Barbie. Because apparently Frank is a villain from Toy Story. All right. Who knows anything about Florida's crazy laws? Laws in Florida.
Anything at all? Anybody?
Anybody at all? Crazy Florida laws. Anybody at all? Anything at all? Anybody? Is that band here yet? What the fuck? Oh, we got a volunteer. Thank you. Thank you very much. If you are wearing a swimsuit in Florida in public, what is it illegal for you to do? Lift weights, dance, or sing?
Dance.
Try again.
Sing.
Sing, that is correct. They don't need another Gloria Stefan getting in their way. They've had that mistake once. What do you got there? That is a, what the hell is that? It's a metronome. I don't know if you'll use that, but it's there. Use it for guitar picks. Hey, whatever. I don't know. We promised nothing. All right. Which Christmas movie featured the line, "Ho ho, but no matter, Christmas was on its way. Lovely, glorious, beautiful Christmas," upon which the entire kid year revolved?
The Muppets.
No. How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Home Alone, A Christmas Story, or Bad Santa?
Schindler's List.
Not a Christmas movie.
Bad Santa.
Gremlins.
Try again.
Die Hard.
Not one of them.
Hold on.
No.
Fifth Element.
The Grinch.
Iron
No.
Man 3.
What were the other one?
That's the answer.
The Christmas Story.
That's a Christmas
Pull
Story.
shit out of the bag.
Yay. That is two.
In other words, Bad Santa, it'd be Billy Bob Thornton saying fuck a few more times. That's how you know. That's exactly how that would go. Pull some shit out. There you go. Yeah, pull the bag. Yeah, do what you do. Open it up. Show it to people.
Two bags of shit. You got it right now. Yeah.
That is A Christmas Story. Just the answer. All right.
Oh, that's so good.
Comic relief. Oh my God.
Oh, you got
Grease. What is that?
You got Grease.
Oh my God. He got the Extreme Teen Bible. For those of you who read the Bible and have extreme tendencies, want to shred a half pipe and serve the Lord? There's your Bible.
Drop down Watkins. You can do that.
You laugh, but I had one of these fuckers when I was growing up. I know exactly what's in that fucking thing.
That comes with a free DC Talk CD?
Yes, and Newsboys, okay?
Welcome back to the ZTO Radio Best of 2018. Let's go back to Ray McGuff. What else do you have, Ray?
I'm just going to run through these.
Okay.
Boom. I'm just going to do them quick.
Burn 'em.
Favorite book of 2018?
Oh.
Man, this book grabbed me by my ball sack and wouldn't let go.
That sounds like a bad book.
You're reading it wrong.
You're supposed to read it?
Snap the sack.
Yeah, I'm just like... But, I'll Be Gone in the Dark by Michelle McNamara. Hunt for the Golden State Killer. Before the Golden State Killer was captured, Michelle McNamara, who was married to Patton Oswalt, passed away. She was working with detectives to solve this case. and she wrote a book, and she was almost done with it when she died. So Patton Oswalt got together with her staff, and they finished it. And it is a gripping read because they didn't know who this guy was, for like 40 years. And now that he's caught it, I went back and reread excerpts from it. They were so close to figuring it out. Mm-hmm. Man, they're in this book, and it is because it's her as a kid explaining explaining when she was a kid how she got interested in murder to begin with, because somebody was murdered on her block when she was a kid. Mm-hmm. From that story, interlacing with the Golden State Killer case, and how the detectives described the way that this guy would do stuff. I couldn't put the book down. I read it in 2 days. It's like 400 pages. And it's all this stuff coming at you in like waves. It's like the best Netflix documentary. Right. And it's amazingly written. Patton Oswalt has a really beautiful foreword and afterward dedicating it to her. Highly recommend it if you're a reader at all.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'll Be Gone in the Dark.
Books. Am I the only one that got that in the mail?
I did not get that in the
I would love to get
for
the
free.
10 Amazing Jews.
For free?
Sid Roth, over 2 million copies in print. They thought for themselves, 10 Amazing Jews.
Okay, I was wondering. I was curious. That's why I left it sitting out. I was wondering. I got it in the mail like 3 days ago, and it was in its own little package.
Weird,
it's like just a
I
free.
wouldn't trust it.
Here's a free book. It's probably laced with something. But
fentanyl.
Yeah. Did you sign up online for any Jewish stuff?
Nope. Jews.com?
Yeah.
Nope.
I got some books coming in the mail. I'm not a big reader, but I got some books coming in the mail.
All right.
Yeah. Ordered the Scary Stories the book set.
Yeah.
You can get it for like $15.
Well, yeah, because their movie's coming out and they're really promoting it.
Of course, it's going to take till the 20th. That's a lot of time. I'm thinking it's coming from Japan or something.
Right.
Because why the fuck? It was Amazon Prime, free shipping, but why is it taking so long? I don't know. But I'm looking forward to that. That movie's going to be awesome, by the way.
Pretty excited about it.
Guillermo
del Toro.
They actually had 4 little snippets they played during the Super Bowl, which you didn't have to watch it because, like I said earlier, you don't have to watch the Super Bowl to watch the commercials. We have computers now. Anyways, on to Ray's next.
Correct. On to my next thing, gentlemen. TV shows.
Oh, here we go.
And
This is more my territory.
These could be Netflix or regular, but for my $2, Barry, HBO was the best show of 2018 that came out. It's Bill Hader. It's about a hitman who goes to Hollywood to kill this guy who's in an acting class, and the acting coach is the Fonz, Henry Winkler.
Wow.
And he decides not to kill the guy because he wants to be an actor.
Wow.
And then the hitman guys, because he breaks the contract, they come to murder him, and he has to kill all these dudes while trying to be an actor. Hilarious, fucked up, like some of the craziest action scenes I've ever seen in a show, a regular TV show.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And then part 2 is on Netflix, The Haunting of Hill House. It's a reimagining of the story, The Haunting of Hill House. Carla Giacono and Henry Thomas. Carla Giacono, something else to you. But Henry Thomas, E.T.'s friend. Yeah. This is one of, and I don't know why more of my friends haven't watched it. Maybe you guys are all scared out. But this was one of the scariest fucking things I've ever seen on film, and I don't know why more people haven't watched.
I don't usually go for the series. I've heard a lot of things about American Horror Story being great.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah.
I don't want to get involved in a serialized, serious thing. I want a horror movie that's less than an hour and a half.
Oh, this is 10 hours, but it's
so I don't have 10 hours to go.
Do what I did and watch it every night. One episode. It's an hour.
I have too much Letterkenny to watch, and then I have too much Office
to
rewatch.
You won't make time. You won't make time. That's your problem.
No,
that's your problem.
I don't.
I don't make time.
You know what? I tried to start a new show because someone told me The Norseman on Netflix is like The Office with
Vikings.
Vikings.
I've seen it.
It's not.
It's not.
It's humorous.
Right.
It's not funny. Just like Schitt's Creek, everybody was like, "It's awesome," and I watched 3 episodes, and I'm like, "It is Schitt's Creek," and they still rave about that. I just saw an article today about how great it is.
Well, did you guys see anything that struck your fancy in 2018? TV shows?
Something that's been out for a while. I watched a few. Like I watched F is for Family.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I actually like that show. Netflix. It's really funny. Right. Cartoon Bill Burr.
Yeah. But other than that, I keep watching South Park every season.
I love
and
South
it's still funny.
It is. It's one of the ones
After-
that never disappoints.
Yeah, they didn't get super preachy this last year. So
What season does that make them now? They started
22.
Yeah,
I
22.
thought so. Man, they've started.
Well, you've
way
been
long
watching.
back.
You've been watching just Monty Python, right?
Yep. I'm down to season 3.
You've got a lot to go, though.
I know.
think.
Yeah, because didn't they make like season?
I think
like
there's-
Yeah, and then how many movies?
Yeah.
I watched the Holy Grail. And
The
that
show
was
is so
Holy Grail.
iffy. Sometimes the show's great, and sometimes it's not.
Yeah.
It just depends.
I was always entertained because even when they're bad, they're still good.
I
and I
look at it
watched
like
them all
this.
as a kid,
Yeah.
so
When I
it's
was-
nostalgic.
When I
Right.
watched them as a
Yeah.
kid, it was literally the only good thing on the TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was
Yeah.
on PBS, like right after Red Green,
Yep.
and there was nothing else on. It was like news and whatever.
And then when I was a teenager, I had Comedy Central, and they ran them they would run them in blocks.
Some of them, they get really deep into that British political sect, and sometimes they'll just make these references that are so goddamn old that it doesn't even make sense for them to do it in the 70s.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
John Cleese is like my least favorite.
Really?
Because he talks
Really?
fast
Oh.
too much somewhat.
I like him.
I like John.
He is funny somewhat.
Who's your favorite?
I'm not going to lie. I mean, I'm impressed on some of the sketches.
Eric Idle's my favorite.
Eric
Oh,
Idle.
yeah. I like Eric Idle. Graham Chapman, I think, is really funny.
Michael Palin too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, all of
I
them.
think they really all
Yeah,
are.
they're all
Graham
great.
Chapman,
Yeah.
man.
If you
Yes.
like Monty Python, though, you ought to check out a movie called A Fish Called Wanda.
I was going
I
to
heard
say that
about
too. It's
that.
not a Monty.
Yeah.
It's not a
Yeah.
Monty Python movie, but
Right.
it's
My
got.
dad told me about
It's got
that.
a few of them in it.
Yeah.
and-
And the sequel, Fierce Creatures,
Yeah,
is really
it's
good
really
too.
good.
Same cast.
It's like 20 years after.
Yeah.
I think I like that one a little more because what's his name? What's his name?
What they,
Kevin Kline.
Kevin Kline.
Yeah.
He plays two characters, and then he kills his dad, and then he has to do the voice, and he is amazing.
Yeah, he's
Give
great.
him another look, guys, because that motherfucker is a great actor.
In the Fish
Oh,
Called
yeah.
Wanda, they got this dude tied up and they're sticking this French fries in his nose.
Yeah.
And to this day, it makes me laugh like uncontrollably. Get
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good.
I like that sketch they did where he bought a parrot at a pet
Oh, the
shop.
parrot
That's like
sketch.
That was
Yeah.
dead.
That's the
That's
I love it.
quintessential
He's like,
Stunned.
My
Monty
favorite,
Python sketch.
my favorite Monty Python sketch is self-defense against fruit. Have you seen that one?
Yeah.
Where he's like, "What if they have pointed sticks?"
Yeah.
I think I see
Well, they're not
that.
gonna have pointed sticks.
Did Eric Idle do
Come at me
that?
with a banana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the interview that Eric Idle did where he was like an author or something. He was going he was saying something odd,
Well-
just like out of the ordinary. He just goes shro or something like that.
Another one I like is the one where they're interviewing the guy who's going to swim across the English Channel. I know that's another classic, but it is by far comedy gold.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like a 6-minute
Yeah.
setup for a 30-second joke. It's great.
Have you ever seen Kids in the Hall?
Is that a Monty Python movie?
Oh no, that's a whole new sketch.
Oh,
thing.
is it?
Lauren Michaels,
It's a different show.
Canadian SNL.
Do you know who
Yeah.
Dave Foley is? He was on News Radio.
I don't think so.
Kevin McDonald, Mark McKinney,
Mark Kenny.
I think I've heard of Kevin McDonald.
Bruce McCullough.
These are all people you would recognize because they went on to do movies.
Yeah, like
Really?
have you ever seen the show Superstore? Oh damn,
But
that's
I'm gonna check it out.
you'll,
I'd love to
yeah,
check
you
it
should
out.
check it out.
Kids in the Hall. I always thought was superior to SNL because they almost hit it out of the park every fucking
Really?
sketch.
Yeah.
I thought
Really?
SNL. People always say the old SNL is great. If you rewatch it, it's problematic. It's like
Yeah.
the B sketch isn't funny.
The
Like-
the SNL I like is my age group. It's the '90s SNL.
Right.
It got funny when Mike Myers and Kevin Nealon
Oh,
and those
yeah.
guys.
Chris Farley.
I think it's good now.
Yes.
Honestly.
I like to
People
watch-
shit on it, but I've laughed. I laugh more at newer weird sketches than I mean, I hate the political stuff, but they have
That's
had
why I
so
tune
Yeah.
they have had so many funny weird sketches in there. God, I wish I could pull one out and think and remember it because it's always usually Leslie Jones is in a lot of one. My favorite one that's current is it's an Olive Garden commercial, and this guy, the director of this Olive Garden commercial has who's the guy from the Good Burger?
Keenan.
Keenan,
Yeah.
And Leslie's there, and then it's Scarlett Johansson and that younger dude. I can't remember his name. regardless, young white guy.
Okay.
The joke of the sketch is this guy is going around going, all right, you're enjoying that pasta, you're enjoying that. Oh, you're going to give him a little kiss, and every time he gets to Leslie Jones, he goes, "Oh, good Lord, I'm hungry," and she just looks at him. And the joke is her reaction to it.
All right, and she's got great faces. Right?
Yeah,
she makes awesome, hilarious faces.
So just look it up. Look up Olive Garden sketch SNL.
I'm gonna do that. I haven't seen that.
You'll thank me later. What else do we have here? Did you have any more?
Yeah, well, yeah, a couple more categories.
2 more categories.
Let's burn through your stuff and then
All right.
we always get sidetracked.
Music. I picked one. I could go on for days. You know, you guys we all love music. So I had to pick one song, one album. I thought that a lot of people probably didn't dig, but I caught this guy on NPR and went and looked up his catalog. His name is Jacob Banks. The album that came out 2018 is called Village.
Right.
And the song that got me that he played on NPR is called Chain Smoking. It's by far one of the most. It's like an R&B meets
like intelligent hip hop.
Yeah, it's so fucking well done, and it reminds me of like a '60s song infused with this new R&B style. It's amazing, and the whole album is good. So I recommend, if you haven't heard Jacob Banks, check out Chain Smoking. Chain Smoking my love.
Did any of you guys hear an album that came out last year that you enjoyed? No?
Nope, I heard songs off of things that were done. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know, like Judas Priest put out something.
That was a good album.
Yeah.
There was some good thrash albums.
I just say it wasn't like, I don't know, it's not like back in the day where you want to buy an album.
I'll tell you what, if you want good thrash albums that came out recently, Judas Priest, that is a great one. Overkill has a really great new one.
Is it Urge Overkill?
No, it's just Overkill. Thrash band. And Anthrax put out a good one.
Actually, I like a lot of songs like that.
Yeah, I've been listening to Liquid Metal on Sirius XM in my car, so they play quite a bit of new stuff. In Flames, new In Flames.
Yeah. The new Soil.
Like I really like.
It's better than anything I've ever heard.
Yeah.
But the album I would recommend, no one here's probably heard it because it's dumb as fuck. I don't know why I'm recommending it, but I like it a lot. Andrew WK came out with an album, and it's fucking good. It's really good songwriting, and it's big, powerful ballads. And he's like got the positive. It makes you feel good when you listen to it because you're like, yeah, you know what? Everything is going to be all right. And you know what? You don't care what you fucking look like, but you do because you work out a lot. I'm going to try to be more like you, Andrew WK, because I want to be a good dude. Like, it just makes you feel good. I don't know. I'm depressed all the time, and it made me feel good.
Well, I'll have to check that out.
What else you got over there?
So music category, I'm going to end it out with video games. I had 3 video games on 2018 that really got me. I'll start with the latter. First of 2018, I got the remaster of Shadow of the Colossus, and I killed all the Colossi. It was amazing.
Did you beat it?
Is that the plural?
I beat it on Colossi, yeah.
That game is so fucking hard.
I beat it on PS3 when I first owned it, and then I beat it again, and there's more shit. Like, it's harder on PS4.
Have you guys ever played those games?
Nope.
It's like you travel. It is like an epic adventure every battle because you have to find the monster. So you have to ride your horse across plains.
You hold your sword up to the sun, and it kind of points you in the direction you got to ride.
And then you find this
it.
monster that you have to climb and kill it.
They're bigger than mountains. The very last guy is so big that the screen, like you're this big, you the warrior are this big. And it's everything else in the frame is you gotta climb.
The mechanics remind me a lot of God of War a little bit. Like, there's action buttons you hit.
You have to hold on to the fur and stab the beast in certain spots. It's amazing.
Those are good games.
So I killed the Colossi. Then they released a new Spider-Man game on PS4, and I played the shit out of that. Let me tell you, it was like the Batman games. You know you're familiar with these? All the Batman Rocksteady games. Where like Arkham Asylum, Arkham Origins.
Yeah.
It's like that, but you're Spider-Man. So it's more upbeat, it's fun, it's vibrant, swinging around. The villains are more. There's little one-liners. There's all kinds of cool suits to unlock. My nephew came over. We spent 8 hours unlocking one suit. Like passing the controller back. It's just a fun game to play.
Right.
So I highly recommend that. And then the capper, end of 2018, Red Dead Redemption 2. Holy shit. If you've
I was
ever wanted
wondering
to be
about that game, 'cause I got the first one.
Oh, dude. If you've ever watched a fucking cowboy movie and was like, man, I'd like to go back to that time.
Yeah.
That's that. That's as close as you're ever fucking gonna get. It's amazing.
I liked I think I played the first one of those. I'm not sure. I do like cowboy games, and almost all of them that I've played.
The thing about this is it's so fucking detailed. Like, you have a village, like a little village, a band roving gang, you know? And so, like, sometimes they're like, hey, dude, we're out of fucking food. Go down and fish or hunt. Bring a bear back. What the fuck are you doing? Or you can go, if you don't like that kind of stuff, like me, I like to do that in real life, but I'm not going to fucking play it in a game. I just go, oh, you need some food? I go rob a couple motherfuckers, go into town, buy some supplies, come back, and you put it in this, like, main tent, and you go, hey, there you go, and then your fucking charity level goes up. You know, and then they come to you with missions and jobs and stuff. It's amazing.
Yeah. I don't have a modern game system, so I think that we got our kids Far Cry, the newest Far Cry on.
I heard that's good though. Is it fun?
Yeah. I don't play it.
What have you watched?
No.
No?
I avoid it. My kids have killed my ambition to play video games because they play them constantly, and I just want it to be off. I'm that guy now. I can't even enjoy it. And when they go to sleep, I think sometimes maybe I'm going to go play a game. And
But
I'm
you don't.
I don't want to fucking do it anymore.
That's depressing, man, because I love video games. I remember you used to.
Whenever you have to hear kids fight about them all day long, you don't like them anymore. Anything that makes them make noise, I don't like it. So, like, you know, I wanted to stop. So every once in a while, I'll go play like Super Nintendo or something.
Right.
But you know, I don't know. I'm not into it anymore, Ray. I don't have time.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I wish I did. I'd love to.
Is that what we
fucking do it.
played
That's a
on
shame.
our last podcast we did together?
We played Super Nintendo.
Oh, well,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at it. I'm probably going to get one of those.
Nice. Yeah, they're
just
fun.
Just because I don't really play
for Christmas,
modern games.
I got
too
the
much, so.
for Christmas I got the PlayStation Mini I could bring over next time, and it's got Tekken 3, Twisted Metal. You know, we could do those.
Yeah,
You know.
I love that game.
My buddy Jean Paul, shout out to Jean Paul Mantilla. I go over to his fucking house for a Christmas gathering, and he goes, "Here, I got you a gift," and it's a fucking PlayStation Mini. Well, I can't take this.
I didn't know they made
He's
that.
like, "Why not, man?" And I went, "Because it's expensive." That's like going, "Here's this expensive gift, guy who doesn't get me anything for Christmas."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and he goes, "No, we wanted you to have it. It's nice. It's a gift.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it." And then you just say, "Okay," and you take it and you play the shit out of it.
Right.
It's got Abe's Adventure
Gotta
on
enjoy
it.
it.
You know what? It probably isn't even that my kids play them all the time,
Yeah.
and it does bother me because it's fucking annoying. But when I go to play something, even if it's something that I'm like, I want to play this. If I wanted to, like, I played that. What's that game that's kind of like Indiana Jones?
Tomb Raider. No, Uncharted.
Uncharted.
I
They
love
have
that game.
one of the newer Uncharted games.
Yeah.
I like that game a lot. I went to go play it one night, and there's so much bullshit in these games, like so much dialogue and stuff, that I fell asleep. I always fucking fall asleep because I have to wait until I can enjoy it. I have to wait until they're asleep, you know.
Right.
So then I'm just sitting there like, oh yeah, we got a story going on. All right, well, here we are. We go around the room, and then somebody starts talking to me. You know, I'll get a little bit of moving around, and then I'll run into somebody.
Well, that's why it's cool. It's because you're playing a movie.
I know, but when you fall asleep during the movie, it
Yeah.
doesn't. It's not a very good movie.
Yeah, that's true.
Usually, I wake up to like vibrating controller. You know,
I
because I'm
can't.
getting killed.
When I get those, I love the Uncharted series. When I get those games, I can't put them down, man. I just play and play and play and play.
Yeah, I wish I could.
Yeah.
It's so windy.
Anyways, do we have anything else? I got a lot of stuff on this list, but
I mean,
you know, a lot of stuff.
did we? Is this just the best of? We're not going to do the worst of.
Well, the worst of 2018.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
What I was going to say is instead of maybe going on telling the worst thing, just like we just go around the table and see how long we can go. Just say one thing that you didn't like about 2018. Just say a thing, a person, a meme, you know.
All right.
So I'll start it. The term NPC.
What's it? What's that?
Oh, sorry, I didn't know how to explain it. Non-playable character.
Oh, no.
It's something that people came up with to describe, liberals or
Oh, is that what they use it for? Because I thought we were talking role-playing games.
I think it is. But that's where they took it. They took it from non-playable characters in video games and such. So that's what it was. It was a term.
I missed
but
that one.
Sorry, the context of the term now.
I hate that all my heroes have turned out to be sex monsters.
Well,
I mean, I don't know what I can say other than, I didn't realize that people that I was going to spend my lifetime admiring and collecting items and things that they've done would turn out to be so fucking scummy human beings. And I wish that I didn't know that. But the media and social media, I mean, there used to be in the 30s and 40s people that fucking guarded that. Right. And I don't know if it's right or wrong, but, hey, I don't want to know if Bing Crosby fingered little kids. You know what I mean? Who knows? I don't want to know about it. But apparently now in this society, I got to know that Harvey Weinstein's holding down fucking, actress and fucking her in the rear so that she can have a part in the new Good Will Hunting movie. I mean, it blew my mind. 2018, the year of scumbags, apparently.
Oh man, I can't even think of just one thing. I'll tell you what I hate. It's 2018. This motherfucker's been president for 2 years, and there's still people. There's still people that are going, well, I'm not a fan, but like I heard this. I'm not a Trump fan, but that was a really good speech he made.
I watched all hour and a half. It was awful.
Of this, this is what I actually said to this person. I said, "You like being lied to, don't you? You like it to just be lied. I like to know that I'm just being fucked in the ass. I like to know that it's just a lie, because then I can just move on and be happy about everything else. Because I know that this guy's lying to me, and he's a piece of shit. I like that about it. And they're like, well, you didn't watch it? Fuck no, I didn't. I'm not investing any time in this guy. I'm waiting for him to die. I'm waiting for him to die.
You didn't miss anything.
Yeah.
Everything that you could imagine he would say in that period of time.
I saw he trotted out a cancer kid.
Yeah. He did.
Why not trot out a bunch of other people too? Yeah. Look, here's a bum.
Yeah.
This guy lived through Vietnam.
He did that with World War II veterans.
Yeah.
Here's the thing too. He would go, I want to bring everybody together, but by the way, Democrats, fuck you.
Yep. Yeah, they're wrong about everything.
But I want to bring you together.
They're the reason that everything's so terrible.
Yeah.
So, but let's unify.
Right.
Let's all unify under that fact.
Hey, let's clap for the fact that we have more women in Congress than we've ever had in the entire history.
Right.
But by the way, then he goes on, and I swear to God he said this. We gave you the right to vote 100 years ago, so that was pretty good, Like, he did a little, 100-year anniversary joke after he fucking said it. So it was like an underhanded compliment.
Yeah. My grandmother was born before women could vote.
Right.
She was a person to me. And when you were born, women couldn't vote.
Right.
That was just she remembers that thing happening. Oh yeah, now you're kind of a person.
Right, you're a person now.
No, kind of. Let's not get out of control.
Because that doesn't change again until the 80s.
Still get control.
What was was it Nancy Pelosi that was giving him the sarcastic clap?
That was the best part of the night.
Yeah.
He turns like he needs her adulation, and she's just like, yeah. All right. There, you happy? Are we fucking done here? I want to go home. It's been an hour and a half.
Yeah, and then everybody else gives them a standing ovation, which I hate. Yeah. Any president, anybody that does that speech when they just every 5 seconds, everybody stand up and clap.
And the person that I was talking to also said, "This is the first inauguration, or not inauguration. What was the State of the Union?
State of the
Union. That I heard a USA chant. I'm like, can we stop doing that already, please? Right. Can we stop chanting USA?
Yeah, and they're congressmen. This is not he's not doing a rally.
Please stop acting like our country is the best fucking thing ever. Because we're not the only ones that do it, but we do it the worst, I think. But I think everybody should just kind of be like, yeah, we're not really better than you. We just live on a different piece of land. How does anything make us better? You fucking assholes.
Because we spend more on our military than the next 5 nations combined.
Well, we went to the
most of which are our allies.
We went to the wrestling show.
Oh my God!
And there was a USA chant that happened there in Lima with 2 women that are both from the United States.
Yeah.
Sure, one of them is of Hispanic descent.
She had a Latino flag, and she was coming out, and they're like USA. And I'm like, she's not. She's just telling me that's part of her get up. That's like she's not going. I'm going here to take over. I've come to plant my flag in Lima.
Could you imagine though if wrestling is huge in China,
right?
If like a guy came out with a USA flag, and they're like, China, China.
How frightening that would be!
Oh my God!
I felt bad for her, and she was the most beautiful woman I'd seen in a while.
Well, yeah, you know, some people just want to chant things. So,
I saw a lot of people there that's what they do is chant. On the weekends, if you know what I'm saying.
Lock her up.
Yeah.
Lock her up. Yes. Okay. I'm cool with that. But just lock him up.
Yeah.
You know, you can't murder somebody and then be like, well, but Jeffrey Dahmer, dude. Like, really? But Jeffrey Dahmer.
Right.
I mean, am I that bad?
Jeffrey Dahmer's way worse than me. I'd kill one guy.
Yeah.
And I didn't even rape him. You know, like,
I'm fine.
I mean, it's fucking
I didn't
crazy.
do anything.
Yeah, well, let's move into another ZTO.
Oh, wait, he didn't say the thing he...
we'll get into that.
You don't have anything,
We'll hit him on the next segment, because we gotta come back.
I don't have anything.
You got some stuff.
Liked everything about
You have
2018?
Let's go ahead and check out a compilation of Schlockfest. Some of the highlights of Ray getting tortured by Jean-Paul Mantilla. We'll be right back.
Good afternoon. This is Randall Ray McGuff Wotan. Today I am introducing our very first episode of our new podcast, Schlock. With me today is
Jean-Paul Mantilla.
Jean-Paul Mantilla. He's a big contributor to Zombie Takeover TV in other capacities, and he and I had spoken, and we've decided we want to do our own cast, so we're going to do one for you today. Like I said, the title is Schlock. What's a schlocky film mean to you? What does schlock mean to you?
Schlock, low-grade fun, really cheesy special effects, while still capturing a fun and entertaining story.
Everyone's known a boy like Stanley Coopersmith. Evil speak. He's the kid everyone used to pick on.
Screwed up for the last time, Cooper Dick.
Speak. You see, everyone thought Stanley was a joke. An outcast with no one to turn to.
You guys broke my catapult. You're gonna pay for that.
No one except man's most advanced machine. Stanley used the power of man to call on the powers of evil.
I, Stanley Coopersmith, command you! Oh my God.
And all hell broke loose.
Imbue these creatures with your strength and force. Let them avenge me.
Evil speak.
Okay, we're back.
We are back.
I'm Ray McGuff.
And I'm Jean-Paul Mantilla.
And we just finished our film here.
Evil speak.
Evil speak. What initial thoughts? What a pile of shit. Just shocking. In the like, I was prepared for it to be not well produced, but the production value in this thing is like garbage.
It has some cool effects for its time.
I guess for its time, I suppose. All right, we're back. I'm Ray McGuff.
And I'm John Paul Mantia, and torturing Randy Ray McGuff.
God, and what a torture this was. This is Schlock Fest. We were watching Carnosaur, 1993's Carnosaur. Right off the bat, I got to tell you, probably one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my entire life. I've seen some bad movies. This thing was garbage on a level that I can't even put into words. And what I want to give a brief shout out to Roger Corman. Apparently he produced this pile of shit. And here's something funny as well for all of you. It was based off of a novel. Carnosaur is actually a book by a gentleman named Harry Adam Knight. Based on his novel. You got to seek that out and find it and read it. I know I'm going to.
Oh, definitely.
I can't wait to see how badly they bastardized this book. Also, something that you wanted me to mention, right?
Yes.
Was that this movie came out 4 weeks before Jurassic Park, the original Jurassic Park movie. Also, something I didn't know that John Paul told me was that Diane Ladd is actually the mother of Laura Dern, who is, in the original Jurassic Park movie as... was it Dr. Adler, I think?
I think that's her name, yes.
Yeah. And so that's really weird. Can you just imagine that you get cast in a big budget Spielberg movie, right? You call your mom or dad to tell them that how excited you are. And your mom's like, oh yeah, I'm already doing that movie with Clint Howard. It's going direct to VHS.
All right, and we're back. So I made Randy watch this wonderful Spice World.
Oh, God. Well, that was an hour and 40 minutes of my life I'll never get back.
It wasn't that long. It might have felt that long to you because I made you watch it through the credits.
And I don't know how many times I'm going to tell you this.
93 minutes.
I was not singing.
You were.
I was humming along.
Let me tell you guys.
A little bit.
He admitted that he knew the Spice World, or Spice Girl songs. I didn't know how much, to the extent he's singing along, he's dancing. It was like cabaret in my basement.
Listen, tell me what you want, what you really, really want. It's catchy. I don't care who you are.
Yeah, and then you said 2 becomes 1, and you sang all the other Spice World hits.
Ugh.
Anyways, we're back. Yeah, what do you got? You got a topic?
Huh?
You got a topic.
I can look.
If you had to pick an actual mafia film to watch for a whole year, which one would it be?
That's a good one. Yeah, you start though.
For a whole year? What are you talking? Every day?
Yeah.
Like every night before you go to bed, you have to watch the same mafia.
Mob films are awesome.
Yeah,
I love them. I can't lie. I watched the movie John Travolta did this year. No, not this year. Last year. Jesus Christ. That was pretty good. I mean, I think I really could watch that.
Yeah, I did not like that one.
I thought it was
think
good.
people just don't like him.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a fan of him because he is. Yeah, he's got his ways.
Well, if we're going by...
He's got his ways?
Yeah.
He's a weirdo.
He's got his ways about him. He's one of them sex monsters.
Yeah.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
But the movie I thought was pretty good. I mean...
Scott?
I wasn't really into
You would watch that every day for a year, though?
Yeah.
God, I don't
Oh my
really
God,
like
that's a
mob
bold
movies.
statement.
Like,
Neither
okay,
do I,
and
really.
this is gonna blow everybody's mind. I've never seen The Godfather.
I haven't either.
That hurts my...
I haven't.
Like, as a person, I feel like...
I remember seeing, like, the
Thank you.
two tape box.
We got
And
this.
I'm like, oh no, I'm not watching that. Because I can't sit there.
Well,
I'll tell you what
they are
movie I would
long.
watch. It's called Mafia. It's got Jay Moore in it, and it would be a delight all year
I like
round.
that one. Goodfellas, I guess, if I had
That would be my second
pick,
choice.
Actually, American Gangster, maybe, above.
That one's
one.
really good.
I don't know.
And I would put that in the mob
Or
category.
Frankie the Fly,
I would
whatever
too.
that one was.
The Last Days of Frankie the Fly.
That's a good one.
That's a real good one.
That's got a fun Christopher Walken.
Yeah, that's a fucking hole-in-the-wall one, though. Not a lot of people know about that one.
It's great.
Yeah.
What's that one movie, speaking of Christopher Walken, he did with, what's his name, Dennis Leary? What's that called? Suicide Kings or something?
Oh yeah, Suicide Kings.
Yeah,
God,
that is
that's
good.
That's
my
Mafia,
second
though.
choice.
But if I got to pick a mob movie,
It's not a mob
and
film?
I got to watch it every night because you got to.
I
You're
guess
right,
it technically
Godfather,
is.
4 hours. I ain't
So
fucking doing that every
That's
day.
a
That's a lot. But so I'm going to do a 2-hour one. Mob movie. There's so many good ones. Like I said, I like, but I'll go with Donnie Brasco. That one to me
That
has
is good.
everything I like. It's funny. It's fucking crazy. It's gritty. I would say I'd watch Donnie Brasco.
I love any movie with Michael Watson in it. You know that guy? He's a dark-haired dude.
Not sure I know him.
He's
Tall
good. You would
dude.
recognize him. He's in everything.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean,
So that's good.
Well, that was fun.
Do you have an answer, Frank? What
Yeah,
was yours?
Frank.
Oh, I said Mafia.
Oh, Mafia.
The movie
That's right.
Mafia with Jay Monaco.
I thought that was your joke answer, but yeah. Okay.
No, that's my
All right.
real life
it's,
answer.
it's acceptable. I mean, it
if I
meets
have
all
to
the
watch a
criteria.
Mafia movie every day, I would kill myself
At least
real early on.
At least you didn't say Corky Romano.
Yeah.
I would take that one too. To be honest with you, if I'm watching something every day, it's got to be some goof ass thing like that.
Yeah.
That I can at least make fun of.
That's
Like
true.
he's got
Not
the dog's got the cocaine again.
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing. But yeah, let's move into another ZTO TV highlight. Let's check out the highlights from Hillbilly Therapy. Jake Hill and Dan Fraley doing it up at Vice style.
Welcome everybody to the first ever podcast version of Hillbilly Therapy. I've kind of been hinting at a little bit of a post of some changes, so we're going from a video cast to a podcast now, so you can take us anywhere you like. And we're gonna bring in, because I'm tired of talking to just myself, bring in the guy behind the camera, Mr. Dan Fraley. How you doing, Dan?
Doing good today. Doing good. How are you?
I'm good. Welcome to Hillbilly Therapy, where we're here to answer your questions, and we're going to try to help you the best that we can. Wanted to kind of explain a little bit as to why we made the changes and everything. A lot of it was behind the scenes. We would talk and everything and trying to come up with the best answers, and found that, sometimes you just need two different people's opinion. It was me sitting there staring at a camera, and to be honest, it got weird, didn't it?
It can sometimes. You know.
When you're just talking to a camera, it feels weird, but we're here, and there's a lot of times where it's good to have a second opinion. And Dan grew up the country lifestyle too, so it was one of those. I said, you know what? I think having two different opinions on some of these topics would probably be a good thing. I mean,
yeah, I think sometimes it's good to have that second opinion. We're not always going to agree. And like I said, honestly, I grew up in the middle of the boondocks, but I'll be first to tell you, Jake's a little more country than I am. Maybe more, maybe a lot more.
Probably a lot more.
Probably a lot more, yeah. I'm more of a survivor of the country, not necessarily someone who's embraced it, things like that. Jake's sort of the opposite.
Yeah,
so
I embrace the country a lot.
Yeah, country music and all that kind of stuff. I know of it, but it's not necessarily part of what I do. So
yeah, I mean, we're completely opposite. I'm the drinks way too much, and you don't drink at all.
I don't drink one bit, and that's always that thing that people look at me weird, like, "Oh, you don't drink?" Like, no, I just nothing against people that do. I just don't. I don't want to.
Which always makes them great to be. Always have a friend that doesn't drink, because you'll always have a designated driver.
Lifetime designated driver.
Yes,
all I've ever been.
And we're not talking about the driver that drank the least.
Yeah, the least drunk driver. No,
yes.
You could pull me over at any time, and I'm going to give you no blood alcohol content whatsoever.
I guarantee there's at least 4 people right now that are listening to this that just went, "Oh, come on, I've never gotten a DUI, and I'm always the DD."
Yeah, there are people right now there are people right now probably drunk, to be honest with you. I mean, statistically, people are probably drunk right now listening to this. I don't know why you listen to a podcast drunk, but here we are.
I'm recording this podcast.
He's recording it a little buzzed, not going to lie.
He looked over at me and just went, "You're drunk now, aren't you?" Like, yep.
I'm going to tell you this. This is actually a really elaborate intervention. We're here to talk. People are coming in.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird. We're gonna do a weekly intervention of my drinking. Apparently,
we're gonna do it on the air. Going to make it very public.
Yes, yeah. So if you've ever been like, you know what, I'd like to have an intervention, but not actually have to go. Well, we'll be here anytime you need it. need it. Want to start off, first of all, if you guys do have questions to send us, you can go to facebook.com, look for Hillbilly Therapy, and send us a message. Post up on the wall and ask us and just say, hey, Jake and Dan, I need help.
If you need help, honestly, if it's really serious, we are not the ones to talk to. But if it's anything you're just curious about, want to hear a country perspective on, by all means, one of the two of us will probably have a good idea, maybe. And so, yeah, send us your things to Facebook, to Hillbilly Therapy. Post it on the wall, message one of us. It's fine. More likely, if you message the page, you'll probably get a better response.
And we do have to put out this spoiler that we are not a legit therapy session, so no. Please do not call us into court when things go wrong.
No, if you do, this is on you, because
it's on you.
You really should not take our advice really that seriously. If it's going to get you into a court situation, don't listen to us. Just don't do it.
It is a bad idea because, like I said, I've had a few beers, so we all know that one friend that you're like, you should never take advice from him when he's drinking.
Yeah.
But
meet that one friend.
Yes. Meet that one friend.
All right, so we'll start the first episode. We already have some questions. Lucky for you, we already have some questions in the chamber, so we're going to go over some of those questions just for the first episode. And then hopefully you'll start supplying more as time goes on, and we'll keep it going. But what do we have already?
All right. Well, first of all, we got a wonderful question in here, and it's kind of nice because as we're both parents. You have, how old's your boy?
He is 12.
He is 12. So we have an experienced,
yeah.
And my boy is 2.
Yeah.
So this is actually coming in from a single mom. Hello.
Oh boy.
She says, I have 5 children under 10 years old.
What the hell?
No kidding. No. What's funny is I was trying to do the math because I was like 9 months plus. Good Lord, girl.
God. All right.
I'm just assuming that she's single because her husband died of
exhaustion.
Yeah.
That guy's like no electrolytes. Just
yeah, man.
Oh my God. All right.
All right. And she says, I can't get my kids to pick up the Legos. I'm tired of stepping on them with my bare feet, but I don't feel like I should have to wear shoes in my newly carpeted home.
Mm-hmm.
How do I get these kids to listen to me?
All right. What do you think we should do, Jake?
I guess, the biggest thing, one, get the hell rid of the Legos. That's the biggest advice.
Yeah.
And because honestly, if they're not picking them up, okay, you got 5 kids. I mean, even if like 2 of them were all 5 of them are pretty much giving you the FU on that one. I say the Legos need to go. I mean, you can't get rid of the kids, so one of the 2's got to go, and one of them's illegal. So my advice would be to get rid of the Legos.
I think the first thing in any situation, if anyone's listening to this and they are not the person mentioned, the first step in all of this is always prevention. If you're in a situation where you could have children, there's nothing wrong with having children, being in a good situation. Don't have 5 children under 10 years old. That's the first step. Yeah. First step. You know how many 15-year-olds have Legos? None of them. Okay? My boy's 12. He's got some. He don't leave them on the floor. Okay? If they're under 10 years old, they shouldn't have, I get that they have Legos, but he's right. If you can't keep track of them, get rid of them. They see their pile.
The Legos. We're going to specify.
The Legos.
Get rid of the Legos.
The Legos. This ain't the 1950s.
We don't need a lawsuit on episode 1.
Way easier. It used to be way easier to get rid of a lot of children. The point is, it's 2018. We have to work at the Legos now. The Legos, a little plastic blocks. You can get rid of those way quicker and more legally, and you don't end up on an A&E show. But
if anything, just take them away from them for a while.
Take them away.
I mean, you don't necessarily got to throw them out with Thursday's trash.
Those are expensive.
Yeah, no kidding.
My God,
now,
expensive.
Remember when we grew up when you could get the big box full of Legos for $6?
It's about $6. I got a bucket. Now it's like $50 because you're building the ship from Star Wars. And it's like 180,000 pieces.
I was going to say, where are you only getting it for $50?
I don't know.
Shopping at the wrong store.
Crack house.
Crap.
Point is,
I'm
just saying, the rock bottom prices, sure, it may be a knockoff from China. The point is, it's a ship, and it costs a lot of money, relatively. It's just ridiculous. But, yeah, if you're stumbling over that stuff, you need to get rid of them, or at least hold them up
just so they learn the lesson. That's all I'm going to say.
This person asked, what is our thoughts on the Colin Kaepernick Nike controversy?
A lot of vowels in that name.
Yes, and now, mind you, Dan, you're not much of a sports fan, so I don't know how much you know about the Colin Kaepernick
There you go.
Nike controversy. But basically, what happened was about a week ago, they aired a commercial for their new commercial for Nike that caused a lot of controversy because it featured a former NFL player that started the kneeling during the national anthem that's caused like all kinds of problems in this country. He's who started the whole kneeling thing, and they're now featuring him in a Nike ad. I mean, it got a little crazy. I mean, we had people burning shoes and cutting socks, and it got kind of dumb.
Yeah, here's what I think. You can believe what you want politically. That's not the issue. The whole thing is, in the middle of this, as people are literally cutting the logos off their pants, off their shorts of the Nike logo, so they're mutilating their own clothes. There have been already at least one case of someone who went to the hospital because they set fire to the shoes, the Nike shoes, they were currently wearing. If that's on the other side, I will take whatever your side is doing. The other side's setting fire to their own shoes while standing in them. Yeah, I'll take kneeling. I'll take barbecuing the American flag. I will take eating raw bald eagle. I will take anything over the guy who sets fire to his own shoes while standing in them any day of the week.
See, I guess I've got two different, opinions that kind of, it throws me off because, like that, I understand the whole no kneeling during the national anthem because, I mean, we were raised, at a time where, you did the Pledge of Allegiance in school. I mean, did you do it in school, Dan?
Absolutely. I went to a small hillbilly school. Of course I did.
See, like that, I went to Catholic school and everything where we did it even in Catholic school. We didn't have to do it in Catholic school, but I guess it's one of those, I mean, we're raised that way, but I did a little bit of research about it, and actually I found out a couple different things. That one, I actually found out that that's what the I'm sorry, real quick, the ad, their whole slogan that they were going with was believe in something, even if you sacrifice everything. Because what you may not know is, since you're not a sports fan, Colin Kaepernick hasn't had a job in 2 years because. Well, one, I hate to break this, and this is where they make it controversial. He didn't lose his job because he kneeled. He lost his job because he sucked.
Yes. The Bosworth effect.
Yes. He sucked. Then it didn't help. Because what's funny is, the two guys that started the whole kneeling thing, both were players for the San Francisco 49ers. Mm-hmm. Eric Reed and Colin Kaepernick. Mm-hmm. They're actually suing the NFL right now over basically saying that it's because they spoke out that they're not working. Mm-hmm. So that's where the controversy is, which is ironic because Nike is the main sponsor of the NFL. Like, irony. But both of which are unemployed right now. Mm-hmm. Now, Eric Reed's actually pretty decent. I believe he plays safety. He's actually a pretty decent player, so that one's more of a loss. Colin Kaepernick was just awful. Yeah. So I wouldn't exactly say, he sacrificed everything.
And this is not the first. This is not the first example of this. Actually, there's an example back in the '90s. There was a guy who played for the Golden State Warriors named Mohamed Abdul-Rauf. He would not.
There's a whole lot of A's.
That's a lot of vowels.
That's like 15 A's.
He was a Muslim player. He converted to Islam, and he played for the Golden State Warriors, if I remember correctly. And he would not stand up during the anthem. Now, as opposed to football, in basketball, they actually did the national anthem in the stadium, like they do in hockey, on the thing, and it wasn't a brand new thing. Had been doing it for decades. He sat down one night, sat on his bench, and would not stand up. So the NBA fines him. So they find him. I don't know what they find him, but whatever it was, they find him a lot. And he stayed out. I swear he sat down for a handful of games, and then he started standing up because the fines got too much. So it's not unprecedented for this to happen. I think the backlash, like there was backlash against him, but he wasn't fired. He wasn't. I don't even remember back then when there was this big. It was one guy, but it wasn't like this big thing that it is now. Now it's a Facebook group. It's ridiculous now.
And then, see, I think that's one of the biggest problems because in doing some the research about it, I found out. Do you know when it was first required for an NFL player to be on the field during the national anthem? I'm gonna let you pick a year.
If I remember correctly, it was 2009.
That
right?
is correct.
Yeah, that's it's a new thing.
Not even. Was that 10? I'm just too dumb to do math. And not even 10 years ago.
This ain't math time. It's podcast time.
Yes. So that means 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Less than 10 years ago.
10.
Was when they were required.
Yep.
But the problem isn't so much the kneeling. Problem is the way that, and like you said, that the guy in the 90s, didn't have the controversy behind doing the same thing. Is I find it funny that this whole kneeling thing keeps getting brought up back in the media when other shit goes down. Because now, mind you, a week ago, right before this ad suddenly started getting talked about, I believe we had some other problems with a certain church. And then all of a sudden it was just like, I pray to God something hell's happened. And then it was just like, what? Nike's going to feature Colin Kaepernick? Oh, well, this better be story number one.
Yeah, there were some thank you baskets sent his way.
Oh, I guarantee it.
Took the heat off us. Woo!
Yeah, I mean, and that's what's funny is I think the media, we turned these into these, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening. This is a big deal. It's not.
Yeah.
We've had different, protests for years.
Oh, absolutely.
But we have now with Facebook. Mm-hmm. Is MySpace still a thing? I don't know.
Yeah, Ashton Kutcher bought, I think Ashton Kutcher bought it. It's now for shitty bands. I don't know.
Oh, well, that's good for them.
There's a tumbleweed rolling through it. I don't know.
But, all these different social medias that you can't get away. Stories that used to be ticker stories at the bottom of the TV are now, holy crap, it's a big deal. Mm-hmm. Kinds of things. And I think that's more of the problem. And then the funny thing is, then the commercial aired.
Yeah.
The commercial had Mr. Kaepernick just talking.
Yeah.
They showed him in a very nice suit. So at least Nike is apparently. I really hope they come out with the Kaepernick suit. Well, a very nice suit, and it's the most... and as a guy that has curly hair, a beautiful, beautiful afro. So if somebody can share this to Colin Kaepernick's Twitter, beautiful afro. But then they also featured a bunch of kids. Their entire thing was believe in your dreams.
Yeah, so it's the least offensive commercial in the history of Nike
we can all agree. You've got wrestlers with no legs.
Yep.
Wheelchair basketball. Guess what? Right here, right now, if you're listening to this, this is what I need you to do. When you see the next little thing that pops up that says, oh, Colin Kaepernick ate a hot dog, holy crap, tell him, shut the hell up about it. What are the laws of owning birds of prey in a duplex apartment in Ohio? Okay.
That was highly detailed.
No kidding. Birds of prey. I've never heard that.
Oh, yeah, I've heard the term. I've never heard anyone wanting to own one, but I've heard of the term.
Birds of prey. Like an eagle?
Eagle.
Or like a falcon?
Something that, falcon definitely. Something that's good. Something that could peck your eyes out or eat a small varmint. One of the two.
Are owls considered birds of prey?
Technically, yes. They do eat smaller animals.
Okay, so
yeah. And they're creepy looking as hell, so that doesn't help.
Okay. I'm gonna slightly give this person the benefit of the doubt that maybe they're just wanting an owl, and that's.
I will not give them the benefit of this doubt.
I was like, that's my problem. I was like, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt, but I don't think that's what they're looking. They want a falcon.
I think they want to be a supervillain.
Yes.
They want to be a supervillain because it starts with like a weird animal. And it ends with like an eye patch and a skull layer. That's usually where it goes.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was like, I'm pretty sure this is the start of me and Dan actually having to become superheroes to now go fight.
Yeah.
The bird
the bird questioner, whatever the hell he
The
calls him.
bird.
He was just the bird man.
The
He'd have
bird,
some
just
weird
the bird.
name. Yeah, the bird.
He's
He'd be like
just
a
the bird.
He'd be a third-rate Batman villain, but he would be really into it.
He's just the bird.
The bird.
We're back. We're back again. I'm exasperated. Let's see what else he's got.
Oh, the one.
Oh, he crossed one out. It wasn't a good one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, it
Mario
was.
Quest one.
We already talked about it, though, actually. It was
What is
about
your
the-
favorite old school game system you ever played in your life?
Yeah, going with that one.
That's pretty
Atari.
Really?
It's the first thing I had, and I never had anything else. So.
Okay.
I mean, favorite of all time, I guess, would be my Game Boy.
Oh,
The
yeah.
original Game Boy, man. I logged hours on that.
Did you ever sit there and just play with it plugged in?
Oh, yeah.
And then get real hot.
Yeah,
You'd have
get
to-
hot. You have to put it down and turn it off because,
Yeah.
or you could unplug it and it would cool down after about half an hour.
I'll tell you what about Game Boys. Even the Game Boy Color. I have a Game Boy Color I bought 2 years ago or something like that.
Yeah.
Why no backlighting? By the time Game Boy Color came out,
Oh, it could have been easily.
the Game Gear had already been out and it was better than I thought it was better.
I had a Game Gear and I still liked my Game Boy better because it had I had the Nintendo games.
Yeah.
Right,
Like,
Yeah, I had the Game
having
Gear.
to find a light source or attach all the things onto a
annoying.
Game Boy
Yeah.
was ridiculous.
They're still making those, too, ain't they?
Yeah, you can get one.
Yeah.
You can buy one right now.
Yeah.
They just call them something else. They're like knockoffs. What are they called? You'd know the term, I think.
I know what you're talking about. All-in-one game things.
Well, they're
plug and play
emulators.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Everybody has a fucking handheld emulator now.
You know how I play
Oh, yeah.
Game Boy games
Huh.
is on my Super Nintendo with a Super Game Boy, which I highly recommend everybody who wants to play Game Boy
Really?
games to get. Yeah, because you just take any Game Boy game you ever enjoyed playing on the Game Boy, you just plug that motherfucker in there, and then you can mess with the color. Some of the games like already have color implements. Like if it's a later Game Boy game.
Yeah, because the later ones you could play with your Game Boy Advance or whatever.
Yeah. So I play the shit out of a ton of different. Some of them are really bad. You never realized how big of a cash in like The Simpsons or those trademark characters are until you play a shit ass game that they just cashed in on it.
You'll have to bring that sometime, man.
Oh,
That'd
yeah.
be really fun.
I've got a Crown Royal bag full of games.
Yeah, we'll just dip one.
Yeah, I've got like all the Mario games that were on there.
What about the Ninja Turtles?
I've got two Ninja Turtles games.
Those are my favorites on there.
They're
And
really
Contra.
fucking hard, dude.
Oh, dude, they're hard as hell. Contra. There's also a exclusive Game Boy Zelda game that was never released on any other
See,
system.
I have some Game Boy Color games, but they don't play in the Super Game Boy. So I can play. I have a Zelda game that's only on Game Boy Color, but I never play it because I'm not going to sit there and find a light and fucking get it just right. It's really hard to play a Game Boy in hindsight when that was the only thing we had.
I used to get these migraines from playing it for so long, and my mom would get pissed. Like I had this Batman Game Boy game that I was trying to beat, and my eyeballs, I blew a fucking vessel doing this. Because you had to be right under a light like this.
Yeah, you had to get some good light.
Yeah.
My favorite system's always going to be Super Nintendo. I still use mine on a regular basis. Like,
Yeah.
And there's so many games that I want to get that I can't afford, which is why what you have is an awesome little thing. I hate how Nintendo releases shit though. Like, we're going to release 120 of these to this location. And,
Like I said, I just lucked into it, but I fucking love it. It's like anytime you want to just play a game, you just plug that bad boy up, and it's so fucking. Well, we did it that night, Street Fighter. I could just sit there for a whole Saturday and fucking play Street Fighter and not get bored.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's definitely a system that holds up. I think everybody should have one. Anyways, I really don't have much else to talk about aside from something weird happened in 2018 where a random live video featuring Jessica White mildly went viral.
Yeah, Jesco.
I don't know what it's sitting at now, but when I wrote these notes, it was at 151,000 views.
Wow.
It also gave me a window into Jesco's actual life, where I think I added his wife or something and shared.
Oh yeah, you can add them on Facebook.
I shared. He had made some stash boxes, like painted them and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And our friend Mark Harp over in Kenton, he ordered one from him, and then she direct messaged me And it was cool to get like a little insight from her perspective, because I was like, we love him here. And she's like, oh yeah, he's crazy as shit. Like, so that was kind of cool. But yeah, that was an interesting thing that happened last year.
Yeah, how I got her too, Frank. Remember, I just by chance started talking to her.
Yeah.
Because she popped on to defend him because some assholes were being rude.
Right.
And I'm like, hey, here at Zombie Takeover, we fucking love this guy. We're not making fun of him at all. We think he's very talented, and we understand that people are people and they have issues. But we were talking about that we put the video up, Frank did, because it's entertaining, and his dance moves were actually revolutionary, and he's an interesting guy.
Yeah,
so we weren't making fun of him. Yeah. And then she was like, "Oh, well, thank you," and then we started talking. But
it is funny though, because I saw shortly after he started selling those stash boxes. Then I almost did it too, because it was only $30 to have him do like a personalized video. That would have been so fucking funny to have him go, you're watching ZTOTV, and then do like a little...
Yeah, we should definitely do that. We should look into it, see if he would do it.
Yeah, because that would be worth it.
We could put that on... I would put that bumper on every one of my
Oh yeah, I would put it everywhere. But anyways, guys, thanks for joining us for the best of 2018. Let's hope that... let's hope we have a good one, a good year, a profitable year. Fields plentiful. Balls are juicy.
Prospects for 2019 are looking real good.
Yeah.
Real good for 2019. We're about to go into the year 2020.
Where we will remove the orange one from his seat, hopefully.
God.
This is our year prepared.
Yeah, go Bernie, by the way. He hasn't announced yet, but we're hopeful. We're hopeful.
Bernie Sanders.
I'll take anybody. You can spit out the window and not take that
Tulsi
guy.
Gabbard's good, but she doesn't want to do war, things.
Oh,
so,
well, we got to do war.
So they really don't like her, even though she's a veteran.
Whoa.
But,
wait, you don't understand the money we get from war. Let's keep that coming.
Conquering worlds is our thing.
Yeah.
So.
We've got a wall to build. Thanks for
man.
watching and listening, guys. We'll see you next time.
You are listening to ZTO Radio.